Warning. Broken simulation. Broken simulation. With Sam Tripoli.
Welcome to Johnny Woodard presents Broken Simulation, starring Johnny Woodard. And anyways, yeah. So what? Who cares? Johnny, how are ya?
I'm trying a new camera angle here.
How's the angle?
Wider, tighter.
Wider.
I watched an old episode.
So you're wider and you're tighter? That's weird.
Well, it's a wider. It's wider, but it's closer to me.
That's like a chick saying, "Trust me, it looks wider, but it's tighter."
Yeah, that's never true.
Okay. Okay, Johnny. Johnny, did I tell you about the time, I'm not gonna say her name, but I'd hooked up with this chick one time, and we were just sitting down with some friends, and I was talking about my 6-inch dick, and she's like, "You don't have 6 inches." I go, "I have 6 inches. You don't think I do because you have a wide set vagina." Okay. And
she thought your dick was smaller than that?
Yeah. And I'm like, "You don't know that because you have a car trunk for snatch." Okay.
How did she take that?
She started laughing.
Okay, she's cool then. All
she is cool. We love each other.
That's kind of rude that somebody's calling you out in public for that. I wouldn't be chill with that.
Do you understand, Johnny, that body shaming only goes one way?
Oh, I absolutely.
You can completely body, but it's like I've been talking about on stage, Johnny. I'm a little older than you. By a little, I mean a lot. Okay, I'm a lot older than you, Johnny. Right?
Yeah, like 14, 15 years.
Well, who's counting the years? Nobody's actually counting the years, Johnny.
No, we all count the years,
Johnny,
literally.
that's
it's
as
called
bad
a
as questioning my 6-inch
It's called
dick.
a birthday.
What you did right there is as bad as questioning my 6-inch dick, okay, Johnny? Do you understand that? You don't do that.
I'm sorry for age shaming you.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Stop age shaming me, okay? Stop age shaming.
You look good for your age.
Thank you, buddy.
You got it going.
Thank you.
For somebody who abused their body for decades, you're doing all right, man.
Bro, listen to me. I'll get into that, but I want to tell you this story because Johnny, you have to understand something. When I go into something, I have to talk about it while it's in my head, or it will drift into the darkness.
It's like one of those sand. What are they called? Where you turn it upside down and the sand's just pouring out. And
that's called an hourglass.
Yeah,
hourglass.
Yeah.
No, it's more
it's
like
all coming out your ear.
It's more like this thing. Like we're in a dark room and only what's in front of us can be seen, and if we don't react to it, it drifts into darkness and we never see it again. Okay?
Yeah.
So I've been talking about this on stage, is that I am 50 years old, okay? I have a 6 inches of sweet hammer, okay? That's what I have.
Those are your numbers.
Okay, those are my numbers, 56, okay? 50 and 6, all right? Johnny, did I tell you I got my first AARP thing? I'm probably going to lose.
What happened to the hourglass philosophy?
Okay. So anyways, what I've noticed, Johnny, is I've been talking to a lot of my friends my age, and they're talking about how they can't get hard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so all these big dick dudes have been running around like, "Oh, I got big dick" when they were young. Now they're hitting 50 and they can't get it going.
Well, now I know where you got it from.
And guess what?
You mentioned it last week that the big dick people have a problem staying erect, and I was like, "Oh, we love to tear those guys down."
Yeah,
but now I know where you got it from. So if somebody is having trouble staying.
Yeah, buddies of mine. So I've already talked about this.
Well, just briefly, you said I heard that guys with big dicks.
I know guys like, "Yeah, dude, I couldn't get it up. It was very uncomfortable."
Really?
I'm like, "Yeah." I go, "I don't know anything about that because I get rock hard."
Me too.
All the time. Well, you're young.
No, dude, I was watching Mad Men today.
Yeah,
he goes
you got
in.
hard at Mad Men?
He's 37.
So dudes who are pissed get you hard, Johnny?
He's 36, goes in for a little high blood pressure because he drinks he's an alcoholic. And then later he has
erectile
can't get erect.
dysfunction.
Yeah, and he's like mid-30s.
Not this guy.
Yeah.
Not this guy. 6-inch assassins shanking bitches. That's what we do, okay? 6-inch assassins.
I wish it was less hard sometimes, honestly.
I do too, bro, because sometimes I wake
time.
up and they're riding me, and I'm like, I didn't consent to this. There's at no point did I say this was appropriate.
Yeah, that's another one of those things that does not go both ways.
Yeah, right. There's no chance. No. There's no chance.
It's just like you're a guy, right? So you're ready.
Yeah, you're God. This thing's hard. That's yes. Apparently your dick getting hard is like the nonverbal consent.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I sometimes when we get too dirty in here, I think about the very attractive blonde office cleaners in Texas, and I wonder if we lost them. Yeah, I wonder if we lost them.
I hope not.
We should have them call in one time, just because they're so full of light in their life.
Yeah, we could.
And they really love this show. I think if we haven't lost them, and have them come in and tell us what they think about when we get talked dirty on the show, if we lose them.
Yeah, because I picture most of our listeners being like the Sklar brothers rather than these hot sisters.
I think there's a lot of chicks who love this show, bro. I think this show resonates with the people, Johnny. I think the show resonates with the people. Johnny, another segment I'd like to talk to you about is the return of baby AIDS.
Baby AIDS.
Yeah. Oh, no, I want to get into some other stuff.
Is that hand, foot, and mouth disease? Is that what that is?
No, it's like baby. It's just
like a flu, a crud that the babies get?
Yeah. See, Johnny, you don't know about it because nobody discusses baby AIDS.
Oh,
have we ever discussed baby AIDS on here before?
I mean, I feel like you've talked about the kids having, sickness that gets passed around to everybody in the family.
Yeah, well, it's the fact that, it's not just sickness. Like a kid's cold will annihilate you. Like basically being a parent and hanging out with your kids when they're sick, you basically become like a gay man in the 80s. Your immune system shot.
I thought it was the other way around. See, I thought the kids would be supposed to be the ones that pick up everything.
Well, they pick it up and they give it to you, and you're not ready for this baby disease.
So they're like the conquistadors, and you're like the Native Americans.
100%.
Okay.
Your children are basically polo blankets.
And you're greeting them on the shore when
Yes,
you should be in the jungle hiding and like sharpening spears.
Running.
You should just be sharpening spears nonstop.
Johnny, did you ever hear that they didn't see boats because they didn't know what a boat was? Does that make any sense to you?
Well, it does in the sense that they probably, like that's what, if you watch Graham Hancock's Netflix series, have you looked at any of that about what is it called? Like
on Netflix,
Apocalyptic History or something like that. Yeah. And he talks about how a lot of the paintings and carvings you see and stuff are them trying to describe boats, possibly as like snakes in the water and stuff like that. Because they just have no conceptualization of what it would, an actual boat.
So everything is like Pictionary. What was that game where you got?
Yeah, it is Pictionary. Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
That's all hieroglyphs are.
Exactly. Yeah.
Water.
Yeah.
Flying dragon.
Except the Pictionary they don't even have a word for it.
They don't have a word for boat.
Yeah.
So are they telling us that these guys never went on a boat?
Well, I'm
Is that
sure
what you're telling me? Does that make any sense to you,
I
Johnny?
think his suggestion was that this was some kind of like mechanically powered boat, like with some kind of maybe an engine or some kind of fuel source or that's the idea.
Right. Do you believe
that? Dude, I encourage you to watch it. I'll say that.
Okay, I'll watch it, Johnny. I think everything on Netflix is fucking voodoo.
I know. Yeah, it does. I have questions just for that reason.
Yeah, man, Johnny. Well, what I want to talk to you. See, that's another thing. It just drifts.
Kid AIDS.
Well, I want to get back into kids AIDS for sure. I want to get into that. But there was something else I want to talk about, but that's fine.
You were talking about getting an AARP letter?
No. I want to get back to kids AIDS.
Okay.
So,
okay.
So they'll get them. So all it takes is one kid there, and now everybody's got kids AIDS. All it takes is one. And
one kid where?
At like a play park or something like that.
Oh, okay.
And, you can't really blame the parents.
Why not?
Because you just can't leave your kids in the house. That's even worse than getting kids AIDS. Kids going nuts in a house.
No, but if you're bringing your kid out and your kid is sick, I'm blaming you.
No, I can't get mad at people.
Really?
I've seen people have sick kids. I get it.
That's like people who show up to work sick.
You know what kids are in a house?
You're an asshole.
Kids are like gangs that run third world prisons. They basically, you think they're the inmates, they run the show. They really run the show.
It's like that thing from The Watcher that you love.
What do you mean?
Not The Watcher. The Watchman.
Yeah,
you're in here.
Yeah. That's what your baby's basically saying all the time. You're not in here with me. I'm in it. No, I'm not here with you. You're in here with me. That's what. And then they shit their pants and make you clean it. It's crazy.
Is it true that I've heard people say that your kid's shit doesn't bug you that much, like the smell of it?
It doesn't.
Really?
Very rarely poop does.
Huh.
Very rarely.
So some genetic trick, right? Must be.
Well, listen, dude. It's so interesting that like my father's generation brags about not changing a diaper.
Well, they also bragged about not eating pussy. I mean, that was their whole that was a big thing. That was made you gay. That generation,
like eating pussy.
The Italians,
really?
Oh, dude, the Italians there's even in The Sopranos.
Eating pussy made you gay.
That was a gay thing to do. Was eating pussy. Yeah.
A dude eating a woman's
here's
vagina.
The idea, and I think this is in Sopranos. If you would eat a woman's pussy, you would suck a guy's dick. Is the implication there?
Really?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it was a gay thing. It was like a machismo thing. Like,
let me ask you something, dude. Who changed that? Feminism or pornography?
Oh, that's a good question.
So, it's like, as you know, I invented ass eating.
And you're a region.
I mean, as far as I know,
pioneer. You're a pioneer, man.
I think I was the first straight guy to eat butt. But
somebody was trying to say I was the first person to say NPC the other day, which I do take.
NPC? You were?
Well, I was the first person definitely to say it on this show.
Who's this person? A little voice in your head?
No, some guy on Twitter. But I noted it because I remember being the first person to say it on here, and I thought I came up with it.
And you think it spread like wildfire?
But no, but I think it's been in gaming long. I mean, it's from gaming, but
it is from gaming.
But the idea came just. And I'm sure a million other people thought of it too.
Well,
it's kind of
Johnny,
obvious.
I know people over there at the Guinness Book of Guinness Records, and I'm willing to say that you invented it.
No, but that there's always that thing where you think you came up with something, but you didn't, and I feel that way is probably.
I thought honestly, my father invented this.
Smelling your breath that way?
Yeah, that's right. But does it ever work?
If you're listening at home, it's you kind of like holding your hand in front of your face to smell your own breath.
Does that work, Johnny?
Yeah.
Can you smell your own ass breath?
Well, the trick that I've always heard is that you got to kind of lick your skin and then let it dry and then smell.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because then if it's like bacteria and shit, it remains on there and you'll have a bad smell on your hand. But that kind of grosses me out. You have to wait a bit. Evaporate a little bit. Stop licking yourself.
I'm a little nervous. I kiss my kids today. They're like, ah. I'm like,
oh, really? That bad, huh?
No, they're just like, ah.
You do like eating a lot of Mediterranean
Because my
food.
mother used to clean our face. My brother's like, I fucking hate your breath. I'm like, dude, that's so mean.
What? She would lick her finger and that's
there
gross.
We go. Yeah. But you do it to your kids, Johnny.
Oh, no, you're right. Yeah,
you got to do it. But they're just like, oh, come on, man.
It grossed me out as a kid, too.
Yeah, it does.
Stop licking me. I'm not a cat, Mom.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So what was I talking about? Oh, baby AIDS.
Baby AIDS. Yeah.
So Dana got a bad case of baby AIDS.
Oh no.
And it was kind of around where where everybody was getting sick.
Yeah, boy, it was something going
around.
It
was
a couple
everywhere,
of weeks ago,
dude.
maybe last
and
month.
And it's so funny because flu made a comeback.
Yeah. What do you know? Weird.
And Dana got really mad at me because I said women are hypochondriacs.
Yeah. Okay.
Women are a lot quicker to go to professionals about problems than men.
And that's why they live longer. Yeah.
Which is probably true because they're used to at one point they get pulled aside and they have to watch that movie and they're like, you're going to start bleeding.
Yeah. Well, some people think that's why women live longer is because they bleed monthly and it bleeds out a lot of the toxins in the blood.
Oh, really?
Kind of changing
your
blood.
It doesn't have anything to do with waking up every day and working a job that's soulless all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
That's one theory, though, medically.
Yeah, who put that out? A woman?
No, it's just in scientific papers.
Okay.
It's an idea.
What is that, Voodoo Magazine?
No, honestly, I heard Tim Ferriss, who was a reputable guy. He brought it up in a talk.
All right, Johnny, I respect that. So, Johnny, she gets super sick, right?
Sorry.
And it sucks. Dana. And I don't know about you, but when you're in a relationship with a woman, okay, and you get sick, women just go straight up Dr. Quinn medicine woman, right? They just start whipping up brews and getting you good, and they're just everything is ER stat, right? We gotta save the patient.
Do you like that? Do you like being babied?
No, I don't care because I am dying, right? I am on my deathbed. I'm thinking about, do I owe anybody money? I'm just on.
What kind of sickness are we talking about?
Dude, when I used to party, Johnny, I would get bedridden.
I do remember a few times you having those where you're just dude, I can't get out of bed.
Yeah, I can't get out of bed. I went on a hard run, set the high score, and boom, I can't get out of bed.
So what, you just redline your body? Is that what you think it was? And it was just dude, we got to put you down or you're going to die.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
No, yeah. That I was
your body said,
I can't get out of bed.
Interesting.
And I just wanted to sleep.
And you had somebody there to kind of nurse you
But
back
I
to
lost
health.
so much weight. I looked great. And I was like, what is this a good trade-off?
That's cigarettes, man. That's like my grandma. We can't decide if she lived that long. Like she lived a long, in her 80s, smoking a pack a day, more, it's a couple packs a day, like forever and ever. But it made her thin. She was thin. She died of lung cancer though.
At what age?
So what's like 80 something?
I mean, it's about dude, thin to 80 or fat to 70. Which one do you want?
Yeah.
Which one do you want?
You just gotta hope you don't get.
Shout out Christy Alley. We lost Christy Alley.
Christy Alley died?
Yeah, she just died.
No.
How sad is that?
God, she was beautiful.
She was beautiful, and then she went through her chunky.
Yeah.
And then she got back to beautiful.
When she was in Star Trek, dude, she was beautiful.
Is that before or after Cheers?
It's got to be before, I think. Hold on, I'll show you.
Oh my God, you're totally right. How hot she was.
I mean, she was.
That's the hottest Christy Alley right there. Bang.
That version of her right there.
Now, was she Scientologist, Christy Alley?
I don't know.
What was she? I feel like see if she was Scientologist, Christy Alley. I think she was.
You mean at that time was she?
Like I feel like there was a Scientologist. Isn't that weird? What do you think she's going through right now? Do you think she's seeing her life and she's like, I didn't do that. I didn't fucking do that. Well, dude, people make mistakes.
She was only 71?
Yeah, dude.
Man,
70.
That weight is not good.
Johnny, I know I'm older.
79 she became. So yeah, this was after she got Scientology.
Oh, so she was in Scientology.
Look at her the color in her cheeks and her face right there, dude.
Yeah, but we're all hotter when we're young, Johnny.
Oh, dude, yeah. There's something that being young does to your skin that just makes you like glow.
Do you think that Dr. Spock gave her the fucking Vulcan,
Dr.
bro?
Spock. It's Mr. Spock.
Mr. Spock. Do you think Mr. Spock gave her the Vulcan? Bang! 2 in the stink, 2 in the pink.
The Vulcan nerve pinch, and that is not on the stink or the pink. It's on the neck, like right on the shoulder.
Yeah, I know, but they get weird, bro, in Vulcanness. Do they? What if Vulcans are just the future and we're just all autistic?
Well, look at her little pose here with the.
Yeah.
What is she doing?
That's the pop the butt, bang the perks.
She got too big to do the one after this. She did Wrath of Khan, and then they replaced her with a chick that was like not nearly as hot. For the next movie.
Do you remember the what was the TV show Star Trek?
There's a lot of them. There's Voyager. There's Deep Space Nine. There's Next Generation.
Which one had Data?
Data's Next Generation. He was on a couple of the others. But
do you remember the hot brunette was there?
The hot brunette in Next Generation. You're talking about Deanna Troi? Is that
who it was?
The ship's counselor?
Yeah, right.
Let's see.
Like, dude, you used to hear stories about her.
Right here?
Oh yeah. Like she was like you would hear stories about her being some super sex vixen.
Really?
Yeah,
she's Greek. I know. She's super Greek.
Like doing weird shit at conventions and stuff.
Really?
Allegedly.
That's awesome.
And I was like, oh, she's the best character. Then she was gone. And like, have you know she never came back to do anything ever again?
Oh, not other than Star Trek. Yeah, she still does Star Trek stuff like whenever they can.
But. Of course, she shows up. She signs some tits and something. But yeah, she was supposedly a freak.
She's a good looking woman too.
She's great. Yeah, dude, good for her, man.
Yeah, good.
So when a man is sick, the woman will do everything. They just spring into action. They live for that shit, right? To get somebody feeling better. When it's reversed, Johnny,
I think I know where this is going.
It's like, good luck. Call me when you feel better, right? Call me when you feel better.
Here's some ramen noodles.
Yeah, I mean, I'll do anything. What do you want me to get you?
I'll do anything. What do you want me to Uber Eats you to the house?
What do you want me to get you? I'll get you soup. I'll get you everything. And Dana's always like, I'm dying. Don't you know? I'm like, what do you want me to do? What can I do?
Sounds like you need a doctor. Let's call the doctor.
Yeah, do you want me to take you to the ER? Which you're like, oh, please don't go to the ER. This could cost me so much money.
Oh, the ER is the worst.
The worst.
Go to urgent care every time.
Every time. I go, so Johnny.
You need to get that. There's this doctor that I go to on Santa Monica that they can get you in like the next day almost every time. It's a very modern, like you do your appointment online on your own. You don't have to talk to anybody. You should check it out.
How much does it cost?
It's not too expensive either, and it's all
Can I
gays.
pay in Shiba Inu?
A lot of gays there running the place.
A lot of gays. So, like, the fact that you're not coming in with AIDS, like, he's like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, big time.
Thank God.
Yeah, I had, like, my nuts were hurting one time, and I went in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the gay guy was like, no, they're fine, bro.
Yeah, they're fine.
Your pants are too tight.
Yeah. Oh, is that what he told you?
Yeah. No. my underwear weren't tight enough. I needed more support.
You needed more support on the puppies.
Yeah, because man, I was making my nuts hurt a little bit.
How? Because you were sitting on your nuts.
It was. I have a
Johnny, hold on. Are you telling the world right now you have long nuts?
Oh, I do. They're not like Ari long, but I have big.
I don't have
testicles.
big nuts.
Yeah, we talked about this.
I think I have the smallest nuts on Punch Drunk.
I bet they make your dick look bigger though, which is an asset, really.
No, but I mean they're inside me.
Yeah, you said that before.
Because I drop.
Is that why you thought that you weren't able to produce kids? Maybe because your nuts were inside you.
Yeah, I mean I was blasting away. Nothing was happening, so I was like, okay, this is a gift. I was just fucking,
Sam has always told me
I was doing what they call Johnny
kids.
in the streets, shooting up the club everywhere. I was shooting up every club I saw. Okay, I'm just shooting up clubs.
I have a standing desk, and I would stand like when I'm editing video all day, like 10 hours.
And your balls would just drop.
And apparently, something with the circulation, if you don't have support there, the blood kind of just pools in your veins, in the veins in your testicles.
Did you have to milk yourself?
No, I didn't have to do anything. I just wore better support and didn't stand up quite as long. I gave myself little breaks from standing, and it was fine though.
So
it was hurting though. It was like really sore.
As you know, Johnny, I drive. Everyone's like, there was for a long time this whole movement that Sam Tripoli is a shill, right? And then like you'd see the car I drive, you're like, okay, you're not a shill.
Yeah. It's a Shitsubishi. I mean.
So the Shitsubishi, and I'm probably getting another Shitsubishi because my lease is up. I'm actually past a month, and I have to get another one. And I wanted to see if I can get a different car because I want something like.
You went over by a month?
Yeah.
They let you do that?
Yeah.
What do they do?
You have a month grace period.
Grace period. Okay.
Yeah. And so I'm looking to I'm going to end up getting another Mitsubishi because it's just the easiest. Because if you roll it over, they don't care about how much overage you have. And they'll even work with you on damage. And listen, in LA, you're going to have damage, right? There's like nothing you do. Like Johnny's like, it's a fucking.
I already got a flat tire.
Fucking graveyard back there.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, you get your window, your mirrors always get knocked around. Yeah, I mean, there's so much shit happening. So I was calling in because I have Dana's car as well, and we were thinking, this is hilarious. We were thinking about I'm gonna buy it from her because she's so over on her mileage. Are they on the same cycle?
Yeah, but she's way over on her mileage, like way over. Oh, so it's like gonna cost me a pretty penny to turn it in. So we're just gonna buy it.
Oh. And okay.
And continue the payments. Now, instead of lease, it will be to own.
Got it.
Right? So, Dana, listen, man. I waited a lot of tables. I'm very kind to customer service.
Yeah, I try to be. Yeah.
I try to be the best I can. Because I know no matter how bad the policy is, they didn't make the policy. Yeah, right? Yeah. They're just in the Philippines answering phones.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You're just like you calling customer service and bitching out
it makes no sense.
The poor people for what Jeffrey Bezos decided. It makes
the only time I yelled at them is when I could tell I was getting fished, and they were like scamming me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But what, like scammers called you, or like
official? Like I started falling for some scam, and I woke up. Like, did I ever tell you about the time, Johnny, that I fell for some like Indian scam? And they took over my computer, and they were like, oh, we'll show you how to do it. And they took over my computer, and they went right to my passwords, and they were trying to copy all my passwords.
What did you do?
You
gotta shut it off.
I shut it off, dog. I shut it off.
Okay.
Shut it down. I would fight with him with the
cursor.
Yeah, we were fighting. He's like,
sir, sir, do not touch the cursor.
We have a 5-star review with Better Business Bureau. I was like, you're scamming. He's like, no, 5-star review.
What was it? Was he saying he was from Microsoft? Is that
something about like my computer was infected.
I've never got. Dude, I will tell you. I will admit to a crime now that I did when I was in middle school.
Johnny committed crime in middle school?
Middle school, yeah. I fished before fishing was even a thing. I made fake. I didn't realize how bad this was at the time, so you have to forgive me. But I made a fake Yahoo login page so I could get my friend's email password and do a prank on him, like a really elaborate prank.
Johnny.
And I did it. I told him later, but
and did he think it was
I did
funny?
it to my girlfriend too. Yeah,
this girlfriend you have now?
No.
Oh, your girlfriend way back in the day.
Middle school. Yeah, and Yeah, so I was like fishing way before it was
Johnny,
popular.
what was the longest girlfriend you had in
Probably a year, something like that.
in high school? I had it for a weekend.
9 months maybe.
A weekend.
9 months. That was middle school. Well, it was 8th grade to 9th grade was
Yeah,
that was like my childhood sweetheart kind of thing. Like to 10th grade, it was off and on throughout.
Chicks
high school.
didn't like me in high school.
I dated a lesbian now. He's married. She was great.
He is?
She. Lesbian. She.
Yeah, but you said he.
She is married.
I thought maybe she transitioned to a he, and I was
No.
respecting her pronouns, Johnny.
Really cool, but I could tell something was we didn't quite vibing, you know what I'm saying? We got along, we were more like friends. And she kept talking about joining the Marines, and I'm like, nah, don't do that. And then she became a lesbian, got married. Good for her.
Good
job,
for
Carly.
her, Johnny. Good for her.
Miss you. You're a good person.
Miss for you. You're a good person.
She's a good person.
Sorry you had to leave us and go to a fucking lesbian hotel.
Her father was my dentist. His name was Dr. Slaughter.
Was he Dr. Slaughter?
That's his name, dude.
Could that be the coolest name ever?
And
Dr.
every time I go in there,
Slaughter?
he would ask me like, "How you treating Carly?" And I'm like, "Oh, really good. We're getting along really great. I'm taking her out to
you
dinner
had
this
some. Your parents either hated you or you had some real balls to go to the father of your girlfriend for dental work.
I was a good guy though. I wasn't being
Johnny, are you saying that you were a good guy?
Yeah. To people that, I mean, I could be a dickhead for sure, a bully sometimes, but not to her.
So.
I made a girl walk home like 2 miles. She was bitching in my car in the back seat, and I have a rule: if I'm driving you somewhere, you have to be nice to me.
So I mean, Johnny, sometimes you gotta do that.
I put her out.
Sometimes you gotta put your foot down.
was like
and we'll get
30
back
degrees.
to this Dana story. So I tell you about the time I went on one date with a waitress from the Comedy Store. One time in my life, I ever dated a Comedy Store waitress for one night.
Which is a very popular thing to do, I hear.
Is it? I mean, I've never been that guy, dude. I very rarely. I think in the years I've done stand up on the road, I think I hooked up with one cocktail waitress in my entire time, and she, two. One was in Tampa at the Improv, and it was fucking nuts.
Now, does that fall under "don't shit where you eat"? Is that what you would say that is?
Yes. And it's only when it's so obvious that's what they want to do that I was into it. I wouldn't do it now.
Wait. What do you? They were really coming on to you?
Yeah, it's like go time, and like at this age,
It's gotta be a layup. Is what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, because you don't know the personal politics of the comedy club that you're at. You don't know, is she flirting with is she kind of fooling around with the manager?
Oh yeah, I got you. Yeah,
Right?
Is she the husband of the person who owns the club?
Is she the husband?
I mean, the wife. Yes,
Johnny, you're getting your fucking pronouns real weird today. Okay, I feel like a big announcement's
Hey,
coming.
it's California, man.
It
We
is
play fast
California.
and loose with pronouns here.
Okay, so what's the story I was trying to tell you?
Well, you were coming back to the.
No, I had another story to tell you.
You were telling me about the cocktail waitress or the store waitress.
Oh
that you
yeah,
did?
so that I was one time. I mean, like I've been flirting with this chick forever, and she finally lets me take her out, and she's gorgeous. Like she was a legendarily gorgeous girl.
Is it somebody that everybody knows?
No,
Okay.
I mean everybody from that time would know.
Okay.
Nobody now
It's
would
not-
know. It's just that was a different era. This was the era before even Joe Rogan came back.
Oh, okay.
It was part of the dead era, right? And she was gorgeous, and she let me take her out one night. And Johnny, I can tell you, I've been on maybe 3 real dates in my life.
That's so interesting.
I'm telling you, bro. I've always just went hook up, start dating. That's just how I always was.
Dysfunctional, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at my life. Of course it's dysfunctional. I don't have any kind of fucking normalcy. I'm a weirdo.
I didn't do it, especially when I was younger. I didn't do a lot
So,
of dates.
because I want to go for because we got a fun guest I want to interview.
Oh, yeah, shit. I forgot about that.
That's in a little while, but so we go out, and I'm like, Johnny, I've lived in LA since like 98. I think I put it at 98. It's like 97, 98.
Those are good
I thought I
years.
moved out in 99, but doing the math, I moved out here at my 25th year of life.
Your 25th year of life.
Okay.
Why don't you just say I'm 25?
Because I want to get out here before 26.
I moved out here in my 25th year of life, the year of our Lord, 1998.
Bam, Johnny, get Jesus. Okay. And by the way, I love Jesus.
Like
and
you're writing your, autobiography.
So I bring her out, and we go to dinner, and then we go to nightclub. I don't do nightclubs, Johnny. I hate nightclubs.
that was her idea or yours?
Yeah, I was like, take her out dancing.
Okay. So what you're trying to do, what you think people do?
Yeah,
on a
I'm
date.
trying to be a civilian.
I got you.
Look at us having fun, doing human stuff, right? That's kind of who I was.
Okay.
And so we go to this nightclub that was kind of jumping on Hollywood and La Brea. It's like on this corner. I don't know the name of it, but I knew the guy who ran
way
it.
down in Hollywood. Though.
And like he was a fan of my comedy, the bouncer, and he got us in real quick. I didn't have to wait in line. I don't do
Not
lines.
a strip club?
No.
Okay, because there's a strip club on Hollywood.
What am I,
in La Brea.
taxi driver,
I just
bringing
thought
my date to a porn theater?
That huge strip club is on Hollywood in La Brea, that black strip club.
Crazy Girls?
The one that's right across from the Ross, you know?
Yeah, Crazy Girls. I got a story about that, too.
Okay.
So we go in there, we're hanging out and buying drinks. I'm drinking at that time. We're hanging out, we're doing our stuff, blah, blah, blah. I go to the bathroom.
Okay.
I come back. I can't find her. I walk around. She's on the dance floor getting grinded on by some dude who looks like Soulja Boy.
That's like your worst nightmare. It's like a hot chick on a date and you're holding on to her with your nails, you know?
No, but it's like,
you can't let him out of your sight. You should have held it.
Listen, you shouldn't have to worry about that, right? So I looked at her. She smiled at me, waved at me. I go, hi. I went to the bar, signed out the bar tab, left.
That's funny.
20 minutes later, did you fucking leave me at the club? Yeah. Enjoy your dancing. I don't play that.
I'm with you, man.
Yeah, get out of here, dog. I'm paying for everything.
It's air humping. That dancing anyway is air humping. That's all it is.
You guys aren't doing like ballroom dancing.
No, it's air humping.
You're not like
we're not doing the twists.
You're not doing we're not twisting. You're not twisting and shouting, okay?
It's ridiculous.
He's grinding on you. Am I wrong for doing that?
No, I don't think so, dude. I already told you, man. I've had to kick chicks out of the cars and stuff a couple of times.
Yeah, you made her walk.
More than once.
Lesson learned.
I threw somebody's shoe out of a car one time just because they kept hitting me with their shoe. Threw it out.
You know what's so funny about that Crazy Girls place? I did stand up there and myself.
Really?
Yeah. Tiffany Haddish was at this show. Tiffany Haddish.
That makes sense, but because she's black. I mean, that's
Tiffany Haddish, club, right? Duncan Trussell. I think Gareth Reynolds.
What show was that?
It was just a stand-up naughty show night at a club, and we packed it out.
It is a black club, though, right?
At the time, it wasn't. It had gone fully black.
Oh, okay.
But there was gorgeous black women there.
Oh, dude, I always see the hottest black chicks coming in.
Oh, they're so hot, right? It's just like a level of hotness. And
I used to walk by there all the time, and I loved it.
So this Asian guy hired me. He's like, dude, you packed it. Thank you so much. You packed it. And we went to go get our money, and the owner was this old chick who was like the Mitzi Shore of the
strip business.
And
really?
she's like, I'm not paying him anything. I'm not giving him any money.
What's that about?
Because she's like, he didn't bring enough people. I go, the place was packed every seat. Nope, didn't bring enough people. Never got my money, dude, ever.
And you could have really used it around that time, I imagine.
Yeah, of course. I wasn't throwing shows for fun. Well, I mean, I'm doing naughty show now for fun. And those days are coming to it. I mean, the Comedy Chaos. I don't know how much. Hey, guys, if you want to see me live, I'm going to be at Comedy Chaos December 14th.
Maybe for the last time. Who knows?
No, it won't be for the last time, but I think this is the last double feature.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Because I think they're taking all the early shows.
Who's taking them? What do you mean?
The Comedy Store.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
So once again, I'm a victim of my own success. So I made Tuesday the biggest day in LA comedy. Lost Tuesdays. Was doing Wednesdays, crushed that so hard. Now they're taking the early day. And like, I don't hate anybody. I mean, it's business, but yo, bro, I'm out here fucking.
You should really get a benefactor and start your own comedy club, dude.
I'm not against it. But in LA, it'll be so hard, bro. It's gotta have.
But who knows the business more than you?
I know, dude.
Nobody.
December 14th, I am going to be at
we're starving.
Comedy Chaos. December 14th. 2 shows, one at 8 p.m., one at 10:30. And the lineups are insane. Bobby Lee, Andrew Santino, Whitney Cummings, Ian Edwards, Michael Bender, Mike Binder in the first show. And then the second show.
Michael Bender and Mike Binder. Wow.
Michael Bender, Binder. Then the second show is Eleanor,
Eleanor,
Matt Riff, Rife, excuse me, I fuck up his name. He's so funny. He's such a good dude. And he blew up. He's just one of those guys who got like, dude, he was super young. He was banging Kate Beckinsale. Is that her name?
Really? Oh,
yeah.
Oh, he's the guy that we used to bring around the comedy store. Is that
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Young, good-looking guy, blew up, dude. He's like doing some MTV shit or something. I don't know, but has this very popular podcast, huge Instagram.
Right
and then there was all these nerd dorks going at him because they're fucking losers. I forget who the name of the kid. And I remember there was this nerd dork that was going after him. So when Brody passed, this guy, I wish I could remember his name because I put him on blast right now because I just can't stand him. I just can't remember his name. I could see his face. I can't remember his name. But we were doing Brody's show. And the guy was like, the manager came back and the guy's like, this guy's was friends with Brody and says Brody would have wanted him backstage for this event. I'm like, what? Who says that? Like you, and he just walks back and I go, oh yeah, that's who says that. Fucking Hollywood trash, bro. Hollywood trash.
That's such a weird. You're so right.
That's such a weird Hollywood thing. Trash.
Jimmy Dore, Kurt Metzger, and Eddie Bravo are also on
Eddie Bravo, bump, 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 bump. Eddie Bravo, bump, bump.
Hey everybody, when we heard that Omaha Steaks wanted to sponsor the show around the holidays, we both got excited because we know that there's no better gift around the holidays than Omaha Steaks. That's right, the holidays are here. Achieve gifting greatness when you give the gift of perfectly aged, tender, and delicious Omaha steaks. Omaha Steaks have put together a delicious selection of various gift packages to make shopping for the ones you love nice and easy. Go to omahasteaks.com and take advantage of 50% off site-wide, plus use the code BROKEN at checkout to get an additional $40 off your order. Omaha Steaks has everything you need to give a gift that's simply perfect. Send an assortment of mouth-watering favorites like the delicious butcher's cut filet mignon, air-chilled boneless chicken, ultra-juicy burgers, and even easy-to-prepare comfort meals that are ready in a flash. Don't wait. Order today and beat the shopping rush. Go to omahasteaks.com and use the promo code BROKEN at checkout. Omaha Steaks is a gift from the heart, a gift that will be remembered with every unforgettable bite. Order with complete confidence today, knowing you're ordering the very best. Visit omahasteaks.com to take advantage of 50% off site-wide, plus use the promo code BROKEN at checkout to get that extra $40 off your order. Minimum order may be required.
We got a guest coming in here real quick.
Oh, yeah, right.
Hi, Karen. How are you? How are you, Karen?
I'm doing good. I've been waiting all night and day, and, I'm here. I've been waiting.
Well, we appreciate you, Karen. Karen, welcome to another show. You're a fan of Broken Sim and Look Into It. But, this is Broken Simulation. I don't know if you've ever checked it out, but
Look Into It. What is that?
That's Eddie Bravo's podcast, Look Into It.
Oh, I thought it was called something else.
No, it said Look Into It.
Really? Okay.
Look Into It.
The one he does with Hitler.
Yeah, go look it up. I think it says Look Into It.
I'm sure you're right. Yeah.
Look Into It.
I just thought it was called something else. That's
okay. So anyways, now, Karen, we're just going to call you Karen. We're not going to give out the rest of your story. You live in Fresno.
No, I actually live in Merced County. I live in Gastine, but I did live in Los Banos for, I want to say 10 to 12 years. So
that's incredible. So is that near where, is that Fresno, Los Banos?
Los Banos is actually in Merced County.
Okay. How far away from Fresno?
About an hour and 45 minutes from Fresno.
Do you ever go to Fresno a lot?
No, not so much. I mean, just to do some shopping and stuff, but no, I don't really go to Fresno.
What's your I want to bring this up, and we'll get into it after, because so we do a show. It's called Tinfoil Hat Comedy. Myself, Eddie Bravo, XG. We go on the road. Johnny gets pissed because he's not a part of it.
What?
Yeah,
I haven't said anything about
You
that.
totally get pissed, and you're angry. That's okay.
It is far from Fresno. Yeah, it's not really.
It is? Okay. So we did a show in Fresno. We did a place called the Full Circle Brewery. Gorgeous brewery. Very cool.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. Very blessed. If you're in the Fresno area, if you're still brave enough to live in Fresno, go to Full Circle Brewery. Because Fresno is a zombie apocalypse city. It is a city that people have abandoned.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And this area, real quick before we get into your story, this is the area, Johnny, you know how people complain that like all these states send their homeless people like to Southern California?
Yeah.
Well, the Fresno area is where Southern Cal sends their.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Upstate and San Francisco and Sacramento send their homeless people to this area.
It's not a small, like 500,000 people live there. It's not.
Yeah, dude, it looks like a zombie apocalypse. You're like, am I in the set 28 days later?
No shit.
Right, Karen? Like, it's kind of like, okay, am I going to get shanked around here?
Yeah, it's definitely, I've heard stories, it's a little bit of a, ghetto area.
Where Fresno State is?
But, yeah, a lot of people don't like to go out there for those reasons. So,
but the one thing is that there's nothing to do there. So if you're something to do, everybody shows up, which was great for us. Right? Everybody showed up. Listen, and Eddie Bravo brought this up. You know your area is not doing well when a Subway is closed on Saturday at noon. Okay? That's a good sign your city isn't doing well when you see daytime Subways closed.
Uh-huh. Yeah, well, we live in the country, so it's always closed early out here. Subway is always closed like by 7, so it sucks. So
oh, really?
I totally get that.
That makes sense. So that's after dinner. But I mean, during the day. That's
like 7 p.m. At 7 p.m. we have Starbucks closed already out here in Santanella. Everything closes out here early, so it sucks. You know,
it's really nice to have somebody who speaks Spanish pronounce the names of California cities, and you realize you've just been fucking it up the whole time.
Yeah.
XG does that sometimes, and I'm like, oh, that's how you say it.
That's a proper way of saying it. By the way, XG is a Mexican celebrity among the Mexicans.
Oh, really?
Yes, very popular.
Oh, you called me a celebrity. Thank you, Sam.
It's like him and Morrissey, right?
So Karen, the reason, we do a show called, Tinfoil Hat Comedy Night, and you came to that, and then I think you stayed. I know you stayed. I'm not sure if you came to Comedy Night, but I think you definitely stayed because you were asked a question at Swarm Tank. What'd you think of the shows?
Oh my gosh, I would definitely go again. Honestly, I was just mind blown the whole time I was there because, well, my brother, he's very into conspiracy stuff. He's very into your guys' podcasts. He's always sending me all these podcast links for me to hear. But, as a busy woman, sometimes I can only hear so much, especially when you have a toddler. But I've definitely looked into your guys' podcast because of him. And I unexpectedly showed up to your guys' show last minute. And it was like probably one of the best things that I had shown up to in so many years. And I had never experienced a real life show. And when I was there, I felt like I belonged.
Yes. Well, once you told your story, you definitely belong. So what we do is people always want to talk to me and very much to Eddie and ask us questions. So we decided to make it just a whole show for an hour and a half of just us answering your questions. And so we formed this line. The line went around, and Karen was nice enough. Karen, real quick, does it upset you that people have really tarnished the name Karen? Does that upset you that Karens are called Karens? And you're like, what are you, being a Karen? You're like, I'm literally a Karen.
You know what? It's so hilarious because I've been asked that question quite a few times. So I literally changed my first name to my middle name to Denali. So for that same reason, but I'm not that Karen, okay?
No, I know you're not. You tell a great story. So so what do you want me to call you? I see Karen on the Instagram. What do you want me to call you?
You can call me Karen, Sam. That's perfectly fine.
Respect. So Karen comes up. She's like, I have to ask a question. We're like, okay, that's the whole thing. And she proceeds to tell us this story. Now, will you tell the story and we'll jump in when we can. I don't want to give away. John kind of knows what it is, but I don't want the listeners to hear your story. But so tell us of what happened on that fateful night.
Okay. So it was a Saturday night, and me and my girls were trying to have a good night. We were getting ready, and there was a party that one of my good buddies was throwing. So we were invited to this party, and it was this ranch that he had just moved into with his parents. Yeah. So it was like, just all ranch, dirt, gravel.
How old were you when this was going on?
I was about 21.
Okay, so you're young.
It's been quite a few years.
Yeah, you were in your prime, ready to rock and just have a great time.
Yeah.
Hot Latina action.
Yes, I was on party mode.
Okay.
But I was sober. I was looking forward to a good night until we had this encounter with this being.
So yeah.
And,
so she is driving. So you're driving to the party in the ranch, and what happens? Your car gets stuck or something like that? You're going down dirt road and something happens.
So it was very dark, Sam. It was very dark, and it's out in the country and the ranch, so there's no like street lights or anything like that. So what happened was that we hit the street where the party was being thrown, but we couldn't find the exact little mobile home, or we couldn't find the destination of the party. So we were just driving, looking for the address, and we couldn't find it. So what happened was that I was the passenger, my cousin was the driver. So we were just driving straight, and I had never, driven through that road ever. So I wasn't familiar with anything. We hit this dead end, like literally dead end road. And my cousin tells me, she goes, Karen, I can't see shit. We hit a dead end road. I can't back up because if I back up, I'm going to fuck up the car. There was a lot of like little potholes and, All
right. Johnny grew up in a dead end backyard.
Yeah, I sure did.
Okay,
right.
So he knows a lot about this. Why would they just make a dead end road for this very moment to get Latinas to drive down?
Yeah, if she's in the middle of nowhere, they stop paying, the state stop paying
they're just like, we're just not going to finish this road.
I guess so. Yeah, I don't know, but I just want to say I could listen to her to talk.
So let me ask you something.
I love this.
By the way, he's on a trailer. He's basically in a trailer home on a ranch.
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely, it was like a mobile home with a lot of, they had a lot of property.
It's pretty common.
Yeah. So it was, the entrance to his home, you still basically had to drive into another road to get to his home.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So
she's like, hey, you got to, hey, I don't know what Latinas call each other.
Don't do the accent.
But hey, muchacha, you got to get out.
Muchacha.
You got to get out, and you got to help me back out. So you get out of the car and you help her back out, right?
So at first, I'm not gonna lie, I hesitated because it was really, really dark.
And you're dressed for a party.
Yes. And, my cousin tells me, Karen, get the fuck out and tell me if I can back up. And I was like, fuck you. I'm not gonna step out. And at first I thought they were, kind of pranking me to leave me there to scare me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I was like,
do.
no, you girls are, yeah. So I was just kind of like, oh, I guess I'll get off. I'll take one for the team. So, so I opened the passenger door. I step out, the only light I can see is probably her headlights and the tail lights. And, with the taillights, you can't really see that far, maybe like 20 feet away. That's the furthest you can see. Yeah. And when I got off the car, I tell her to back up. And when I tell her to drive up more forward, I'm ready to get back in the car. But I open the car and she's looking like behind myself. And she tells me, Karen, what the fuck is that? So at first I thought she was joking again. You know, I thought she was pulling a prank on me. And I told her, shut up. I turned back slowly and I can hear something. Something was approaching me.
What do you, wait, you can hear what? Like footsteps is what you're saying?
Yeah, like I heard like some movement of some steps coming towards the car.
Oh, okay.
But I actually heard like heavy breathing. Oh. Heavy fucking breathing. So I was like so scared to turn. I get inside of the car. I look to my right and I see this being like, oh my God. It looked like, man, like if I can get into the details, I'm going to get into it. But it did not look like a dog. It did not look like a coyote. It looked like something that was out of this world that you could just not see on a daily basis, or if you're like out in the wild. No, it was humongous. It had a hunched back. It had big fucking ears. I can actually see the stare of this being looking straight at me. And
how big was it? How big was it?
Oh my God.
Is it on all fours or on two?
Four legs,
okay.
When it was on four legs, I want to say it was maybe about, like the height wise, I want to say it was probably about 5 feet on four legs.
5 feet?
5 feet
tall.
The back.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Dude,
yes, when it was on four legs.
Think about that.
It's like a cow.
Huge.
The size of a cow.
Yes, that's like a mini horse.
Yeah, you can say that. Like a little pony horse or something.
How crazy is that?
But
what are we talking about hair wise?
So
covered in hair?
Yes, I was inside of the car, and I was just, I told my cousin to drive off because I was really scared. My other cousin was behind the seat and she did not want to look at this being. And I told her, dude, look at this shit. Like, look at what I'm looking at. It was just, yeah, she did not want to look. So I told my cousin to step on it. I just told her, step on it, dude. This being started running, trying to catch up to our speed. I'm looking outside of the window the whole time, and this being is running at the same fucking pace, looking straight at me.
Wait, can I stop you
I
for
don't
just a second?
understand why.
So, okay,
Yeah.
the way I have it, understand it is, okay, your car is facing the dead end, right?
Yeah.
And then
So
the being is behind the car, like the back of the car. So how did it get on the other side?
No, I think she said it was on the side of it.
Oh, it's on the side. It's off to the side? Okay.
Yes.
I got you.
So after we hit the dead end, I got off the car. I made my cousin turn the car back around.
Oh, it's turned around. Okay.
It's already turned around, ready to go back. Yes. Ready to go back.
So you guys are just hauling ass.
Yes. Like my cousin was trying to step on the car, but it was a very gravelly road, so there was a lot of bumps. There was, there was no way she can go like over 50. There was no fucking way. But that being was catching up, it was running as fast to catch up and be at the same pace.
Holy shit.
And I think we were going maybe about 30 on that gravel road.
Damn, dude.
But it was just scary because it was looking straight at me the whole time.
Now that night you said at some point it stands up.
Yes. So there was like on my right side, there were still another few houses, I believe. I cannot recall how many houses or how many little mobile homes were around that area because I haven't gone back, to be honest, like recently. But this being was running and I basically turned back to look back at it and it was already standing up.
Oh. And how tall was it standing up, would you say?
I want to say it was about 10 feet tall.
Oh my God.
Usain Bolt's top speed, by the way, 27 miles per hour. She said they were going 30 and this thing was still hawking him down.
Keeping up with it. And then it's 10 feet tall.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I actually saw the teeth the ears, the body structure. When it was standing up, it looked very manly. I saw like a 6-pack. I don't know. It was just so built, you know, like it was like human, and I don't know. Like,
was it hung at all? Like, did you see? Like, was it hung, Karen? Was it like packing?
Was packing? Yeah, I guess you can say that.
I want to see which of these drawings it was most like.
Well, someone showed a drawing at the at the.
Do you see these drawings? Which of these? I'm imagining something like this here, maybe.
Someone go down. Go down.
Like this. Which do you see anything yet that it looked like?
Go down. Go down. Go down.
Like that, maybe.
Okay. It wasn't that hairy, to be honest. Not really? From like the chest down. It wasn't that hairy.
Something like this, maybe. Like just imagine that black. This is not a lot of hair here on the body, but.
Yeah, I can say that. Can you scroll down a little?
Like that one.
Keep scrolling.
Yes, a little bit like that. Yeah, a little similar to that. The face area though, it had like a long like the mouth part was huge. It was very stuffy.
Like this over here now, like this thing with the big.
No.
Oh, this is so creepy. What about that? Oh.
No.
Oh, that was this.
That looks like the old school hombre lobo.
Isn't that? This is what the guy showed at the day. I think this is the picture right here that the guy showed at the top over here.
Yes. At the show.
Yes, that's what the guy showed at the show.
But she's saying it's not that hairy.
Yeah.
Now, was the face more human than like this? Would you say?
No, the body was more human.
Okay.
The face looked like a dog, like
face.
a wolf.
So
the body looked human. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So
but
she sees this, right?
This is
they freak out.
Amazing.
They drive off. They somehow get back on the street and they beat this thing, right? And this thing gives up, right?
Or it just got bored of playing with it.
So Johnny, you just saw a werewolf. What do you do after that? You're on your way to see a party. You see a werewolf. What do you do?
Well, now I'm a nerd, so I'm going to get out my phone and I'm going to immediately record everybody's account of it, like right away.
You know what 21-year-old Latinas do?
What?
They go to the party still. They still go to the party.
went to the party.
You're damn right.
They still went to the party.
And that's why you had a great social life and I'm a fucking loser.
But isn't this? Now, here's the funniest thing. You went to the party. She just hung out. She just saw a fucking werewolf and she's at the party hanging out. And Eddie Bravo's the funniest dude in the world. We're going to hopefully be able to clip this and put it out. But Eddie asked her, did you fool around that night?
Of course.
Did you get some? And what was your answer, Karen?
I sure did.
Yeah, she fooled that night.
What if it was the guy who he turned back into a human?
But isn't that every horror film?
No.
It's like hot chicks doing naked stuff while people are getting killed all around them.
Yeah.
That is that right?
Yeah.
I mean, while you were hooking up, did you bring it up to him that hey, I'm glad we're fooling around because I just saw a freaking werewolf?
It was definitely a story to tell after.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Do your friends? Do you guys ever talk about that
story?
Do you and your friends talk about that shit? Still?
You know what? We showed up to the party and they did not want me to talk about it. I want to say that out of all three of us, I was the most freaked out. And I think that I'm pretty much the only one that took a very good look at it because my cousin was driving. I couldn't stop staring at this thing. It's like it was just staring right at me and I just couldn't take my eyes off of it.
Oh, really? So you hear with these supernatural beings that they can almost like hypnotize you, Make you, like, did you get the feeling that like it was kind of like pulling you in somehow, like drawing you to it?
Honestly, I didn't really get that feeling, but for some weird reason, I just felt like I wanted to keep looking at it.
Yeah.
Now, did you and your crew? Did you guys? So you kept staring at it, like just were you paralyzed with fear?
Yes, I was. And I was so freaked out. We went to this party, but I did not want to be there, Sam. I was fucking scared.
So you hooked up with a guy.
I was so scared. I hooked up with somebody that night. That's so funny. That's every Friday 13th. I'm gonna shower, even though
a couple drinks after that.
I respect that. Now, did you guys, Karen? Did you ever go back? Did you ever go back to see if there was anything there, like at another date with a whole crew of cholos?
I went back, I want to say maybe like 3 or 4 days later, only because I shared the story with a boyfriend I was dating at the time. And they were like, holy shit, we should go back. Let's see if something pops out. And it was, we were into some dumb shit at those times. So we literally drove through there. We parked there for about an hour.
Wait, what's that? What do you mean some dumb shit? Were you guys doing like some witchcraft or something?
Yeah, were you guys in?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
No, not at all.
Okay.
We were just, like we had nothing better to do. So we just went and we tried to see if we could encounter whatever it was I saw that night. We didn't see anything though.
That's a once in a lifetime.
I never went back after that.
Okay,
that's wild, crazy. Man. That's what was that? Is that the craziest thing you've ever seen? It's got to be, right?
Honestly, yes.
Yeah, it's got
that had to be the scariest encounter that I had ever came across of.
I gotta ask you, was it your boyfriend that you hooked up with that night?
Yes,
okay,
it was.
Okay. I was like, that's kind of funny. Okay, Karen, that was fun, right?
I like
Karen,
how you tried to call her out there.
I felt, but I'm a journalist, Johnny. I'm doing an interview. I'm doing an in-depth interview. Karen, thank you very much for coming on. I really do appreciate it. That's a crazy story, and thank you so much.
That was awesome.
Thank
you so much.
Thank you for having me, Sam. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You get free tickets and a free T-shirt to the next show. Whenever I'm in your area, you want to come, you plus somebody, you get to come for free.
Oh, yay. Thank you. You guys are amazing.
All right,
I'll definitely be there.
You're wonderful.
Have a good night.
Take care.
Thank you so much.
Right.
Bye-bye. See ya.
Bye-bye. Bye.
That was great. I love that. Dude, I love stuff like that.
Dude, I believe in that shit.
Me too. Absolutely.
Hey everybody, a quick word from our sponsor, Policy Genius. We all hope we never need life insurance, but mortgage payments, childcare, and other expenses don't disappear when you're gone. Life insurance through your workplace may not offer enough protection for your family needs, and it won't follow you if you leave your job. Since life insurance typically it's more expensive as we age, now's the time to buy. Policy Genius gives you a smarter way to find and buy the right coverage for you and your family. I know Sam recently got life insurance because he wants to make sure his 2 girls are taken care of in the event that he's not there anymore, and he rests a lot easier at night thanks to that. Policy Genius was built to modernize the life insurance industry. Their technology makes it easy to compare life insurance quotes from top companies like AIG and Prudential in just a few clicks to find your lowest price. With Policy Genius, you can find life insurance policies that start at just $17 per month for $500,000 of coverage. And Policy Genius has licensed agents who can help you find your options that offer coverage in as little as a week and avoid unnecessary medical exams. They're not incentivized to recommend one insurer over another, so you can trust their guidance. There are no added fees, and your personal info is kept private. No wonder they have thousands of 5-star reviews on Google and Trustpilot. Your loved ones deserve a financial safety net. You deserve a smarter way to find and buy life insurance. Head to policygenius.com or click the link in the description to get your free life insurance quotes and see how much you could save. That's policygenius.com.
So I'm turning in my car, right? And so I wanted to see what would cost.
You're turning in your car.
Okay. I'm turning in the car. My lease is up, so I'm turning in the car. Is this weird just to start up again? But I feel like because this is a funny story.
No.
Okay. Welcome to ADD Theater. Hi everybody. I'm Sam Tripoli, and welcome to ADD Theater. So. My lease is up. I gotta get a new car. I want to. Dana's gone over her miles so much, it's not worth me.
You got to buy it.
I basically got to buy it out. It's going to cost me so much money.
Because you would have to pay like overage fee, right?
Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah.
So we're just going to buy it. And by buy it out, we're just going to keep making payments on until it's paid off.
Right on. Yeah,
so Dana decides to call the bank that's carrying our loan, or our lease that we're paying off, right? Because the bank pays the car dealership, and that's how it goes. So Dana calls up, and Dana starts going, okay, yes, I'm with Sam Tripoli. She loves saying I'm her husband, by the way. That's her biggest joy in life.
Does she really?
Oh, she loves saying it. So she's like, I'm with my husband, Sam Tripoli, and we have a loan with you. And they're like, well, the loan's under his name.
Does she do that without even a look at you, or she like look at you? And when she
No, she laughs when she does
Okay,
it.
I got you. Okay.
Johnny, the reason I've never gotten married is because marriage...
have common sense.
Yeah, and marriage in my family has been a train wreck. So I know I talk about that. I've said that before because I have a joke about it.
It has been great in my family, and I'm still afraid of it. So.
No, it's been awful. One person in my family got married and it worked out. So Dana's calling. She starts talking to this person. And this person sounds like they're from America. It sounds like an American. And I would even say, if I had to guess, I'd say it was the African American that she's talking to.
Okay.
And this woman is very nice on the phone. And Dana has a very short fuse with people on the phone. And I know you know that, okay? But Dana
tracks. Yeah.
Dana starts to be like, listen, we just want to find out how much it would cost. The woman's like, I need this information. And Dana starts going at it with this woman, right? And I had PTSDs from when I was waiting tables and people yelled at me. I don't like it. So I started telling Dana, hey, chill out. Yeah. Don't be mean to they're just doing their job.
Yeah, they're just going through a script there. That's like, you cannot do
so
it until you ask these questions. Dude.
So then now Dana and I are having the argument. Why is she on the phone with the person? So I'm defending the person on the phone. Dana starts going after me. The person on the phone starts defending me. So me and the caller are having an argument with Dana about why you don't have to yell at people.
He's right, ma'am.
Ma'am, you don't have
He's right, ma'am.
You don't have to yell at him, okay? You don't have to yell at me. You don't have to yell at her.
Ma'am, take a breath.
Take a breath, ma'am.
Ma'am, I'm just doing my job, ma'am. Listen to him. Relax.
I just want to help you. We just want to help you get this loan.
I just need to ask you a few questions. Relax, please.
I'm just.
Please stop yelling at me.
She's like, Dad's like, I want to talk to your manager. Ma'am, I need this information.
The one to talk to the manager, that's the worst.
The worst.
Does she like return food to it, like restaurants?
No, I'll tell you, Dana doesn't do that.
Okay, that's good.
She's really good at that, but it's very funny because me and this person I never met are arguing.
You guys are like allies against Dana. I bet that was hilarious.
It was so I couldn't stop laughing because Dana's getting madder and madder. What? Fine. You do this, Sam. You do this.
Are you like me, dude, that you hate like doing any like phone calls and like any kind of like routine shit? You hate doing it, like taking your car to
like
get a tire
Johnny,
change. Like,
as you know, I have 1,000 podcasts, right?
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, I know that
very
well.
And so I work a lot, and like a lot of guys work a lot. And you know, so again, this is so funny. Dana got sick, right? And I'm like,
was she sick when this was going on?
No, this was like just before it. But you know, our floor was really dirty in the kitchen. So I'm like, hey, our floor's dirty. I'll clean it. And Dana's like, no, you're not cleaning it. I clean it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to clean it. I'm like, no, I'll clean it. She's like, Sam, don't you dare clean that. That's my job. I clean it, right? So I'm like, okay, but I'm like, the floor is really dirty. And it may be part of why you're sick, right? She's like, I'll clean it.
You get what that is, though, right?
What?
It's like, it's her justifying, like she's like, this is my thing. If you do it,
No,
then
I
why
get
do you
it.
need me?
I get it. And I have no problem with that. And we have a very symbiotic relationship.
Yeah.
So like we love each other, but we work really well together. And I wasn't trying to be like, oh, I'm just trying
She
to be
did that
helpful.
to me one time when I was trying to help with something.
Yeah. Well, you were being an asshole. But the point.
No, I wasn't.
Oh, man.
Did you see
Johnny.
that? That's called karma.
I agree.
That's called
I
God
take
telling
it
you
back,
you're wrong.
Johnny. I take it back. I take it back. You were not being an asshole.
Thank
I
you.
made a joke. And the Lord
He
came
smite
after
you.
Okay.
He smited you.
So,
Smote you.
So
You got smiked.
So it's so funny.
God
so-
swiped you.
So in the morning, I'm like, Dana, I'm going to clean this floor. Let me
Oh,
just
the next
clean
day?
this
It's
floor.
the next day now?
Yeah. Let me. Look, she's sick.
Oh, I
I'm
thought
like,
this was before. Oh,
no,
okay,
no.
now
This
we're
is
she's
yeah.
sick.
Now she's sick. I go, Dana, let me clean the floor. No, I don't want
What
to
a
clean
weird thing to argue about.
So my mother calls just because she loves talking to Dana.
Does she really?
Yeah, she loves it, and Dana loves talking to my mom. Dana lives for that shit, right? So
Dana likes talking on the phone too. I noticed. Like,
yes,
she's a talker.
I do not.
I hate it.
I come from people who get off the phone very quick.
Me too.
My grandma B, who I loved, I would call her from college, and she would be on the phone with me for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Hi, Grandma. Hi, Sammy. How's school? Oh, it's great, Grandma. I'm having a great time. Okay, thank you for calling. I'm like, Grandma, what? Okay, bye. Like she's worried about getting phone tapped or something.
I hate talking on the phone.
So Dana calls my mother, and my mother calls Dana, and they're talking, and I'm like, so I'm getting ready for work, and Dana's like, Sam is really consumed with our dirty floor. We got a dirty floor. And my mother starts laying into me. She's like, Sam, Dana's sick. You should clean that. I go, Mom, what are you talking about? I said, no, I don't want Sam to clean it. This was Dana. I don't want Sam to clean it. And my mother's like, Samuel, she is sick. You better clean that. I did not raise you. Now my mom's become like a feminist.
Wait, but she's yelling at you to
Yeah.
do what you've been trying to do for 2 days.
Exactly. Because my mother is like that generation that's like, I am woman, hear me roar, blah, 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 out the door. However it went.
That's like my grandma. She's like that.
Yeah,
very much
they're first wave feminists.
Yeah, and
They're not this,
my
like-
mom is not that generation though. And my mom is more like feminine, traditional feminine. It's really weird, but her mother is not that way.
Oh, really?
Yeah. My mom very much.
How old
fits-
is your grandmother?
She's like 80 something, dude. She's
Yeah,
amazing.
my mother's much younger than that, but
Oh,
my
really?
mother's in her 70s.
She's probably 80. Something like
Okay,
that.
so she's like that's probably same generation.
Yeah.
So my mom is yelling at me about. My mom, are you gonna start burning your bras too? Stop shaving your armpits, Mom. Is that what you're gonna do? It's just like so crazy.
So funny.
But nobody.
What happened? Who
have you
cleaned the
ever
floor?
Well, the floor got cleaned.
Did you do it?
No, I
She did it.
tried.
Okay.
I tried. I really. I
You got to
swear-
get a Roomba, dude. That's
What?
what we did. You got a Roomba, one of those little robot vacs. You don't have to.
No,
worry about
but it's like it's a wooden floor. It needed to be mopped.
they got
Or
mop.
no,
they got
tile
They got
floor.
them that mop.
Really?
Yeah,
A Roomba will do a tile floor.
it'll do either one. It'll mop
Roger
it.
will fuck that thing up.
Yeah, dogs they go free.
And by fucking up, hump it to death.
Yeah, they like that though.
Oh, the Roomba's like, yeah, hump by.
yeah. They're trying
by-
to create a race of hybrid dog Roombas.
It's
so-
happening,
yeah,
bro.
it's coming.
It's fucking happening. So yeah, so
funny.
that cracked me up, bro. That made me laugh so hard. So, anyways, Johnny, that's that story. That's that story.
Okay, I want to talk to you about one thing real quick. So my dad, right?
Oh,
My
this will
d-
be a perfect time to get your father.
My dad's old country fucker, you know.
Country road.
And nobody goes to the doctor, you know what I mean? It's just like you take care of your own shit. You ride till the
You
wheels
walk
fall
it off.
Yeah,
You're like you guys live like gym teachers, right? It's like just walk it off.
Yeah,
Walk it off.
but it's very much a it's a hard on your body mindset. You know, there's no taking days off. The only day he doesn't work is on Sunday, and he still works some Sundays, and that's religious, the Sunday thing. And he has had bad knees forever because a lot of his life he's like shoed horses, like he's a farrier, which is you're supporting a quarter of the weight of a horse because you have to lift their leg up and kind of rest it on your leg. He's basically sitting in catcher stance with a horse's leg resting on his foot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man. And so he's got terrible knees. It's been bone on bone for like 15 years. There's no meniscus, you know, like no cartilage in there. And his knees, they're swollen up and they look disgusting, dude. They look so gross. And so he was at a horse race on Saturday. He rides, does barrel racing. And he felt a really bad pop on his knee.
Oh.
Ran the race, won the race with whatever's wrong with his knee. And
What do you mean he won the race? He rode?
Yeah, he rides. He does barrel racing. Yeah. And
what?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I can show you barrel racing.
Yeah, I'd like to see barrel racing. I did not know your father was a professional barrel racer.
Yeah, he's done it long. He trains horses mainly, but like,
is there any videos of Mr. Woodard?
He's been on like ESPN before and stuff.
What?
Yeah,
where's
like
that video, Johnny?
It's old. It's like old, but
I want to see it.
I don't have it anywhere. I don't know.
Why? Why is it on YouTube?
It's somewhere at home. I don't know. I'll show you.
Johnny, can you please upload that to the internet?
I don't even. I'd have to find it.
Yeah, you should find it, Johnny. That's a big moment in Woodard history.
Kind of Italy stuff. I don't know.
Your dad does that, Johnny?
This is barrel racing right here. Yeah, and my sister too. Yeah, I did it when I was a kid. I got tired of getting thrown off and stuff.
Are your parents? Is your dad and sister any good?
Yeah, pretty good. My sister won a big fraternity the other day. Yeah, like watch. This is barrel racing. Watch this. Mute this shit.
Oh shit, Johnny!
Yeah, it's just
you come from like real Americans.
Yeah. I mean, this is real hardcore Western shit.
Johnny, right? Are you known as the gay guy in the family?
No.
Because you do computer stuff?
No, I mean, I did all this shit when I was a kid, man. I rode horses.
Johnny, could you? How much do you think you make as the greatest?
I was on a horse before I could walk.
Really?
Yeah, for sure, man. I got
Johnny, what do you think this guy makes a year barrel racing?
I don't know. The best ones that make real money, though. I mean, you
like
can
like $100,000, $200,000.
Okay, there's $1 million fraternity. Like, what's the biggest barrel fraternity?
I gotta get a water. Keep going.
All right, I'll find out. The biggest barrel fraternity. Let me see. But yeah, I mean, you're talking, $100,000, $200,000 if you win it, like a really big one. But the entry fees, you have to pay a couple $1,000s to get into it.
Nothing wrong with that.
But yeah, so he felt something pop in his leg, and I was home during this, so my mom was like, "Oh, you're gonna have to meet him with the horse trailer and help him bring the horses in," and so I helped him. He was just limping around. He finally, after I left,
do you look like your dad, Johnny? Is your dad just an older version of you?
Not really. No, a little bit. Some. I'm kind of a mix with both my parents. I mean, my dad was very popular with the ladies. Have light blonde.
Do you have
hair
a bunch of brothers and sisters running around?
No, just a sister.
North Carolina.
Oh no, I mean, could do. Honestly, could do. Yeah, I mean, even my mom's like could be. I mean, yeah, he was a very suave guy, but he had it hard growing up, man, really hard. And so fucked up his knee. Goes to the doctor. Finally, I mean, I knew it had to be bad when he went to the doctor, and they were like, okay, yeah, he thought maybe he had torn an ACL or something. He's like, no, your ACLs are fine. You still have bone on bone, and because there's no cartilage in between the knees, it's starting to collapse and like break off into fragments. Like there's just bone.
No.
There's like little fragments of bone, and his kneecap.
Can they put something in there?
And his knee, he's going to get a knee replacement. His knee, there's fragments of his knee just floating around, like his kneecap. They're floating around in there, and sometimes they'll get like lodged in there, and it'll freeze his knee up for a couple of days. Anyway, so they were like, yeah. So what we're going to do, we're going to try to get you out of here with an inject. We're going to do a steroid injection, and then some other thing they were going to do. And so they were like, but first we got to get this fluid off of the knee. So, and you've ever had fluid drawn out of something that was swollen, like an injury or something? It's like clear fluid.
Yeah.
And she draws it out, and it's just pure blood. It's just blood. It's not supposed to be blood. It's supposed to be clear fluid, like a buildup of fluid. And she's like, oh, no. Okay. So this means that something is like probably broken in there, like fractured. We can't do the injection now. But you're going to have to wait like a week to come back because we didn't see anything on the x-ray. You're going to come back for, it's like an MRI or something.
Yeah.
Honestly.
All right.
And so she tells him, you got to walk with a cane. You can't do any like heavy lifting or anything. No work. You got to keep your knee up all week, ice on the knee. And like my dad, he didn't do any of that. He went right back to work.
Yeah, because he's a man.
And his knee immediately swole up again. And so my mom, who was a veterinary technician, that was all. She has no medical training. Was. Like
when?
Like in college. 80s? In college, yeah, in the 80s. Yeah, literally in the 80s, like in the early 90s when I was a baby. Now she works on the farm. It's way better money in that. And so my dad just sends me this video to kind of gross me out.
Oh, yeah.
And I cut it down to like the part that I could show you. Like I didn't even show you the worst part. Here's my mom.
Oh, my God.
With no medical training, pulling this fluid. And now she said that when they were there at the doctor, they pulled like 4 or 5.
And that's his leg.
Yeah, that's his knee. Look how swollen up it is right there. That's his knee, and that's his like... He's rubbed all the hair off his calves from riding in jeans, like Western jeans.
Right.
And So this is her, and at the doctor, they pulled like 4 or 5 full syringes of this shit out, and she said she got 3 out of his knee. Watch this, dude.
Oh,
Look at this. It's just this red blood coming out of his. Oh, it's just this gross shit. And
your mom loves your dad to do that.
When I was a kid, my dad got kicked in the face by a horse, and it's happened a couple of times. And I have pictures at home. I'll have to scan those of him getting sewn. My mom has sewn his face up before. Like he didn't want to go to the doctor. So my mom, no medical training on humans anyway. I watched her as a kid just stitch his face up with needle and thread, dude. Like needle and thread
Is he Scarface?
Not too bad, no, believe it or not. But she put like dozens of stitches into his face. My mom did. That's how crazy this dude is.
Yeah.
Isn't it? It's just a
Johnny,
different
I want to see a
generation,
picture of your dad.
All right, I can find one. Hold on. He's a guy though, man. That like when I was a kid,
man.
When I was a kid playing baseball, he almost get in fights. Like sometimes, he's very much like he doesn't take any shit off anybody. You know what I mean? And I have a little of that, but nothing like my dad. Like my dad's got a knife scar where he got knifed because he had like race wars because they had just integrated when he was in high school.
Oh snap!
And like the blacks and the whites used to just have these big fights, dude.
Yeah.
And
my dad's
like,
generation too.
With chains, like they would come with chains. He said,
"When
chains
you're
were
a jet, you're a jet all the way."
Here's a picture of him at lunch at my grandma's house. I don't have any pictures of him young.
That's fine.
This is him, in the recent years. That's my pops right there.
Oh, wow, Johnny.
Yeah. Doesn't really look like me, though.
Yeah, it does.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened, Johnny? Did they not finish building your house? What is the...
That's my grandmother's house, actually, that she used to... She's dead
what
now.
She got, like...
No, that was what they used to make the walls out of, dude. Like particle board. It's just this cheap... there was some movement in, like, the 50s... after the war, and it was this guy that would go around the country. If you look it up, it's a thing. And he would build like affordable houses for people that had money from the war, and they would be nice brick, solid houses, but they were all made of like the same like layout. You know what I mean? You didn't get like choices, and that was what they put on the walls there. And yeah, that is
crazy, Johnny. Particle board?
Yeah, that was how they and that's how it was, man. They lived there, her and my granddad, for their entire life, basically, from the 50s up until
wow, man,
just
that's
a few years
cool
ago,
shit.
just 2 years ago. But yeah, my dad is just he's just ridden his body to his back's all jacked up. He just redlined it, man. A whole life of just going hard.
Life of redline.
Working. He works. He gets up at 5 a.m., dude. He gets up at 5 a.m. every day and then works until it gets dark. I don't understand. I'll never have that in me.
Dude,
I have the work ethic, but I don't have the 5 a.m. I can't get up that early.
I have 8 o'clock till about 1 in the morning. That's how long I go.
Oh, see, I can do like noon to like 5, 6 in the morning.
I don't know how you stay up that late.
I've always been that way, man.
You should go DJ in strip bars, bro. You would crush that. Johnny, do we have any calls?
We got calls.
No, well, hold on. Can we get into there's some interesting comments. 5-star reviews.
Oh, yeah, we do have a couple of
We haven't done that
reviews.
in a while.
Yeah, we haven't. Giraffe Killer, 5 stars. Straight fire, he says.
Thank you, Giraffe Killer.
5 bags of popcorn and 5 sodas. That's this person's username.
Damn.
Sam says, simulation correctly, finally. But he said, Johnny Wooder presents.
Johnny
at
Wooder.
the beginning of the Wooder, you said.
I said that?
I don't remember. You used to call me Woodward for years. I was glad when you finally got off of that.
Woodard.
Yeah, you got it right. I've never heard you
Johnny,
say it wrong.
I don't know why, but my brain doesn't know names. Leave me alone.
No, dude. My whole life, people call me Woodward. It's a thing, man. I won the karate tournament, the kata, and they call me Johnny Woodward.
Oh my God, that was the best. I can't believe we didn't make that into a shirt.
It looks stupid.
Well, this show needs merch.
It looks stupid. We have merch. bsmerch.com. Go see it. Ralph Wiggers says, I knew Sam was all talk. Hammer of Thor. He's talking about you, I think, not coming through.
I've now learned my lesson. I'm constantly putting out that I will watch people have sex and no one will let me.
Okay. You're what they call on Tinder a pic collector. Is what you just want girls to send you pics and then you never.
Yeah, there's a lot of pic. I'm not a pic collector. I know pic. That's my daughter. My daughter would be like, "No pic the collector." That'd be my daughter. That's what she'd say right there.
Squatty Bob, 5 stars. Baby hole maintenance. Okay, well you're gonna have to come back from that headline. I wish I could draw this review instead of typing it. I would draw a penis with 2 thumbs up, peeing, of course.
A penis, 2 thumbs up peeing.
I think he's saying like a dick, but like this, but with pee coming out of the head.
Yeah.
Pee coming out of the head.
Is that our mascot?
It's just a dick.
Is that the Broken Simulation mascot?
It's a hard 6 inch dick. It's a hard 6 inches.
A hard.
Yeah, a hard 6 inches. All right. This is from Hazel BNR. I like me this, and then like a woman emoji. Look, it is mostly a sausage fest, but there is lots of humor, some self-deprecating, insights on a variety of subjects that are often not discussed, depending on who you listen to. Like all of us, these guys are works in progress and I don't need to agree with everything they say to be a fan. That decision about everything has been very liberating for me in this world of canceling anyone who says anything that does not confirm our own beliefs. Thanks, guys. As Russell Brand says, stay free. Does he say that? I like Russell
He does
Brand.
that. Stay free, guys.
He's a good dude, that Russell
Stay
Brand.
free.
Now, I'm a little confused here. This is from Earphone 888. Hysterical. Broken Simulation, this podcast is hysterical. Sam is the MacGruber of podcasting, and Johnny is the Peter Parker. And then it says -XG, like XG wrote that.
Yeah.
You think XG sent that?
No,
to us?
actually did not write that.
Okay.
Real quick, who's MacGruber?
Isn't that the guy from SNL that's like MacGyver?
Yeah.
But he like
But
he
what
almost,
makes him interesting?
I don't think he's trying to say you were interesting. Huh?
Well, what was he trying to say? That I'm a clusterfuck?
you try to disassemble the bomb and it blows up in your face every week.
All right, respect on that.
The MacGruber, that was one of their better sketches from that period, though. Where remember he would like come in and say, "I got it," and then everything. would blow up.
I think that formula was the beginning of the end of Saturday Night Live, where everything became like, "Can we turn this into a movie?"
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Right. This like Saturday Night Live is like on autopilot right now.
Yeah. Well, it's entirely now dependent on the guest, where in a way it didn't used to be. Now it's the only way that show's good is this like Chappelle's there. You know what I mean? It used to be no matter.
When politically you've gotten everything wrong in the last literally 5 years, it's impossible for you to come back. Your job was just think of all the great weekend updates. They always took truth to power. And now you're writing sketches for the establishment.
I just think that whole machine behind them.
Right.
Is,
I mean, like, well, you know, my theory is when you have a brand that was huge at one point that's no longer huge, statistically, they like to use that as a propaganda tool.
Oh, you mean it's kind of like a zombie brand kind of?
Yes,
yeah.
Like Yahoo is that. Someone said Yahoo India still does huge numbers, but Yahoo America, nobody gives a fuck about Yahoo America.
I don't know. I go there because they do a good job of bringing in all the dumb news. I want to know what like most people are looking at.
Right. But they will write very propaganda-y.
They don't even write most of that shit. If you go to the bottom, it's written by somebody else, and they just put their name on it.
What they do is they get it credited with the statement, and what the powers that be don't like is having their brands that make them money actually start to crash and burn. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like when a brand that's really making money starts to go woke, it starts to not make money. So what they've done is they found brands that no longer make money and use them to put out the woke shit.
It's like when the mob finds out that the guy who owns the bakery has got a little gambling debt.
Yeah.
So they come in and they're like, we're going to milk this thing until you go out of business.
100%.
And then we're going to burn it down. And we're going to take the fire insurance money. And then you're going to be out on your ass.
Or more about it's the bakery isn't doing well because of the gambling.
Right.
We're going to come in there and money launder.
Until it goes out of business.
And
move
until
on
like
to the next one. That's what they would do. They would do everything they could. Then they would sell all the shit in the kitchen. So then they would burn the building down for fire insurance fraud.
Yeah, they call that my buddy Mick Betancourt once called it Greek lightning. That's what they would call that. Greek lightning.
Is that a thing the Greeks were doing too? That's
well,
funny.
yeah. I think every ethnic group has a lightning. Jewish lightning, Armenian lightning.
Okay, that's
when
funny.
Business isn't doing well,
burn it down.
Burn it down. Get the insurance on it.
You got to be good at that. I always thought.
But Johnny, can we all be honest? Like, isn't that very cool that the Studs Theater never went there?
Yeah, good for them.
Good for
Props
them.
to those two gay
There's no
men.
such thing as gay lightning.
Didn't you always? I always felt like arson investigation is total bullshit. Like, how can they find, like, the whole house burned down and they're like, oh, yeah, a guy lit a match here in the middle of the living room.
They
and that
can
started the whole
tell
fire.
if there is a central place. And
you hear them say, like these forest fires. They're like, oh, a guy threw a match out at mile marker 7, And
I agree, Johnny. I don't know how.
How do they figure that out? I don't buy that.
I don't know.
If you know anything about arson investigation, let me know.
Guys,
I'd love to
if
hear
you're an
about
arsonist, investigator, hit us up right now if you're listening to us
Slappy
live.
McPatterson, 5 stars. Funny show. I dig it. Always look forward to it. Pickle Weasel, 5 stars. Best show ever. Wow. That's you're going too far there. Come on.
Johnny, not far enough.
This is the best podcast that covers ghost hookers. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that one.
Dude, that to me is the coolest thing ever said about the show, that we're like the premier
ghost hooker show.
Yeah, ghost hooker show.
If you want, we got that beat covered.
Listen, you gotta fucking plant your flag in something.
And we planted our flag in ghost hookers.
Dude, who else talks about ghost hookers?
Nobody.
Yeah. Us.
That's our block, dude. Monkey Pussypotamus, he says. So he's listened to the end. Sam Haney, show. That's the headline, show. And then he writes, love the show.
Thank you.
Man, a few words there.
That's all we need, as long as it comes with those 5 stars. We're almost 100 away from 3,000. Was it? How many?
What now?
How many 5 stars reviews do we have?
Oh, we got more than 1,000 now.
We have what?
Yeah, we got 1.3 thousand ratings. So. 1,300.
Okay, we got to get to 2,000.
Okay, yeah.
So if you listen to the show and you have an Apple, go give us a 5-star, please. We're not asking a lot. I mean, I put my life on the line for you guys. I got my haircut at Supercuts. I ate 7-Eleven pizza. I tried to go mitigate a fucking drive-by by a fucking homeless guy. Okay? I mean,
mitigate a drive-by.
I was going to mitigate it. I was going to fucking...
Think of it, we got twice as many ratings as Punch Drunk did in all those years. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
Okay, Brock and Cheese says, did Johnny molested? On the last episode, The Fast and the Furriest, Johnny may have revealed some personal information to us. After Sam made the comment about people who have been molested and how high their voice stays, Johnny went super high and nervously cracked too. Now, I'm going to tell you, that's what you call a joke. That was a great joke that I did.
No, I think you got molested.
No, I would tell you if I got molested.
I got molested.
I know.
Even though we had Orny question my molestation, which I found very tacky.
The guy says this is a safe place, and then that's exactly what I would tell you. But
this is a safe place, Johnny. Tell us who diddled you. Was it one of the horses?
No diddling. Red Nose 111 says nothing to fear. Stay up, playa.
Oh, respect on that one.
And then now, I don't think I talked about this on here. I think I talked about this on the internet. This is from River Valley Redneck, 5 stars. Good name.
I'm listening.
Johnny is a Yank, he says. Them's fighting words where I'm from. Guys, my name is Andrew. I'm from Arkansas. I love this podcast. This has become my go-to weekly podcast.
Thank you.
But there's something I need to address. Johnny, Big J, you are from North Carolina. I don't know what history book you've been reading.
Damn.
But they're called that for a reason, son. You're a Yankee, Johnny. Accept it. Blue belly Yankee. Still love you, dude.
Oh, Johnny.
Now,
dude,
if you know anything about your history, there were more North Carolinians die in the Civil War than residents of any other state.
Is that because you guys don't know how to fight?
No, it's because we committed more people to the cause than any other state because we had a bunch of poor farmers who couldn't draft dodge and we didn't have a lot of slaves.
So you're like trailer park to the bone.
That's right, yeah. And also we're south of Virginia, which started the fucking war. So how can you say we're too far north?
I love that guy from Arkansas is like, you're not as hillbilly as us.
Yeah, well, that's a fighting words where I come from. That's offensive.
Johnny, you're a northerner.
So that's it for the reviews. Yeah, northern.
Those are great reviews. Thank you guys. Please go 5-star. Give us reviews.
It's called the Mason-Dixon line. We're south of it.
We're south of it. You're south of it.
Yeah.
Southern boy. All
right, we got some. You want to do some?
Anyhow, yes.
What a good song that is.
Yeah. Boom, boom.
You know, I play that fastball song in the outro. I went to see them the other night.
How was it?
It was so loud. My ear was ringing all night, and it was still ringing a little bit during tinfoil hat earlier today. It was so fucking loud, but it was good, man. They played this place called the Venice West in Venice. It's kind of like a big bar, and they packed it out pretty good, and they played a lot of the hits. It's just so weird to me. You have a band like that, who had multiple number one hits. They weren't just a one-hit wonder. They had multiple number one hits.
Number one hits in the world or just on Johnny's
Well, let me see.
neighborhood?
Hold on. No, like, okay.
Like in terms of America?
Let me see. Okay, where was The Way? Let me see. That's their biggest song. And let's see if that, okay, released January 7, 1998. Let's see where it charted. Charts and certifications. It was number one on U.S. alternative airplay. It was number one on U.S. Number 2 adult top 40. Number 1 adult alternative. Number 5 on U.S. radio from Billboard. Yeah, so we're talking like a huge hit here.
What was the song?
The Way, you know that song.
Sing it. Johnny, sing it.
It's hard to...
Johnny!
They made up their mind and they started packing.
Oh, yeah.
They left before the sun came up
Today. Oh, that's
it to eternity. And then they sang that song. Was I out of my head? Was I out of my mind?
Oh, really?
How could I have ever been so
You're
blind?
right. They should play bigger places.
Right, and they're playing bars now. Yeah, and they had a couple other songs that were pretty big. Not as big as those couple, and they're playing like they've been playing bars for about 20 years. I saw them when I was in college in a bar.
Johnny, I'm gonna be honest with you. I love bars. Some people
They're a
love
great
playing
place to see
bars.
shows, yeah.
And let me tell you something. So if you're selling an
He's going to come on the show, by the way. I talked to them. Email because
can you run that? Can you pitch him to me, please?
No, he's coming on.
Oh, so
no,
you're
but just as like a segment, like we just had. I want to talk to them about because they're big on Austin. I want to talk to them about Austin, whether they want California people moving there. They're like,
they don't.
I know. I want. It'll be fun to hear them say that.
But do you want to move to Austin, Johnny? Let's move to Dallas.
I don't know. I feel like Austin's just got.
It's
got the right
homeless
Dallas
people.
Dallas got a lot of homeless people. What are you talking about? Dallas is loaded with homeless people. Anyway, yeah, that was cool seeing those guys.
If you're from Texas, who has hotter black chicks, Austin or Dallas?
Well, now Dallas is going to win that for sure.
Yeah,
it's just a bigger city.
Yeah,
but yeah, those. So I mean, that was my favorite band when I was a kid. I remember my cousin giving me shit for just listening to that CD on repeat, their first CD, and
is it out of my mind? Is it out?
Well, that was the second album. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but
so the security wasn't tight. You could just walk up to them. Hey, how's it going?
No. I had when I had emailed them to ask if we could use that song in the outro, which was a song they put on their Patreon, which is not even released. It's this great song though about how Austin's like kind of going in the shitter because of construction and stuff. And they were like, yeah, sure. And then I saw they would be coming on. I emailed them again. I was like, hey, you guys, if you want to come on the show, people, because I got a lot of response. People were like, dude, what is that song in the outro? You know. That's right. Anyway, you want to do some calls?
Yeah, let's do some calls.
It was cool seeing my favorite childhood band again.
Is that your favorite band?
No, in my childhood it was. Yeah, for like 10 to 15.
Johnny, I'm so pissed.
Loved them. 10 to 20 maybe.
I don't think this may or may not come out before
It's the Beatles,
Saturday.
Might be Thursday.
I would like to go with you Saturday to that acoustic.
Well, my
Christmas.
girl's coming with me to that. I'm not going alone.
I know. Well,
We just have
Johnny,
two
nobody
extra
says that your fake girlfriend is fake.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. I just want to make
Even
sure
though you
know,
never
we
invite her
don't
to
But
functions.
I want to make sure you understand the dynamic here. The seats I have, the 2 extra seats are on the floor.
Yeah.
But the 2 seats that we have are in the stands.
Oh.
So we wouldn't be together.
Why'd you buy those?
Oh, it's very complicated. So we got up early that morning to get the tickets. They sell out really fast. Those
I know.
tickets.
Well, the last time I did Shrooms was there.
Yeah, I remember you talking about. Yeah.
It was
And
great.
I told Danielle about that. Yeah.
It's a great show.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
this
a
year
great.
the lineup's not as good as some
What are
years.
you talking? Read the lineup. It's insane.
It's yeah, which I love.
They're great.
It's the Black Keys, which
They're
great
phenomenal.
too. But it's like Imagine Dragons. which I don't-
Imagine Dragons is great, bro.
Okay, good for them, I guess. But and then it's like what is it?
There's some other one that was really good too.
Yeah, it's what is it? It's not Fountains of Wayne.
No, that's not.
No,
I'm not into
it's-
anything with fountains in it.
No, you like Fountains of Wayne.
I do not like fountains of Wayne. Don't tell me who I like, Johnny. That's rude.
I bet you would like Fountains of Wayne if you
Play
remember.
10 seconds of a song.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. Who's on the
Johnny,
the bill this
that's
year?
what we should do, a new segment. It's just like I can hear 10 seconds. I can tell you, I could give you a critique of the song.
Okay, like here's one. Okay,
Okay, play 10 seconds. Okay, stop it.
You remember that song?
Yes.
That's Fountains of Wayne.
Okay, respect.
That's a decent song.
They're a little older.
Yeah. Imagine Dragons, Black Keys, yes. Death Cab for Cutie, Jimmy Eat World is the other band I was telling you about. Young Blood, something
Death
called.
Cab for Cutie is the coolest name ever for a band outside of
Is it?
Trail of the Dead.
Oh, they will know us by the trail cam.
Oh, that's the best name ever.
That is the best name ever.
That's the best name ever. Death Cab for Cutie is a great name for a band I'm not.
And you will know us by the Trail of Death. That's
yes,
right.
for sure.
That's a great name.
Yeah,
you're totally
all right. Let's
right
get
about
this in some. I feel like my momentum is slowing down.
Yeah, and then we'll hit news and then we'll be out of here. All right.
Oh shit.
All right. We'll just do like 5 calls. All right. This is a good atrocity for this week.
Okay.
Hey, J-Dub, Sammy T.
What's up, dude?
This is Drew.
Hey, Drew.
I'm going to try to keep this short. This is a personal atrocity story.
Let's hear it.
I was in the Army way back in 2003.
Thank you for your
deployed
service.
to Iraq. I was a truck driver. And, on our convoys, we'd be on the road for like 6-8 hours a day.
Damn.
And we had to utilize piss bottles because we had to hold it for all that time as we were moving.
I've done that a lot.
One day, we get back to the base, and we're waiting in line outside the gate, waiting to get in. I'm on the passenger seat. I got to pee so bad.
Okay.
I look to my right out the passenger window, and there's nothing but desert as far as the eye can see. So I'm like, you know what? Nobody's going to see me. I open up the door, stand in the doorway, and unbutton my fly and just let it go, right? Almost immediately after I start peeing, the trucks start moving.
Oh,
and
God.
my buddy in the driver's seat looks at me and is just like, sorry, bro. We start moving. The problem with these trucks is they have really bad suspension. So we are bouncing up and down while I am standing in the open door, pissing all over myself. We are bouncing up and down.
Around.
Pee is going everywhere. And I'm trying so hard just to push it out of my bladder. So it basically turns into this like unhanded fire hose where piss is just getting all over me, all over the truck, all over the passenger door. And my buddy cannot stop laughing.
That's the best.
That's a good one.
That's my personal atrocity, but I've gotten over it. Love you guys. Love the show. Keep up the good work. Sam, keep being a good dad and put your faith in Jesus. Read the Bible.
I love the
He did.
Jesus.
He's there. He's in on
I'm
the
there. I got
By
to
the
start
way,
reading the
this
Bible.
as
My
someone
friend
who-
got me a big Bible, explains everything.
Oh, really?
I might start banging out 2 pages
It's funny.
a
I was
day.
going to get you a New American Standard. That's the good one.
Give me another one.
No, that's probably the one I got you.
Bible.
That's probably the one he got you with the translations and stuff, right?
yeah,
that's
what's
it,
going
yeah.
on?
That's
Yeah,
it, man.
I'm gonna
Dude,
start
this
doing-
is the best. I can tell you, this is the gold standard for pissing in a bottle.
The
It's the
Gatorade?
Gatorade, but it's the bigger Gatorade. The regular Gatorade is too small. You want the bigger Gatorade because the mouth is wider, so you can fit
Now,
the whole tip
Johnny-
of your dick in there.
Oh,
but
so
it holds
you
a lot.
hump the pot
Well,
bottle.
no, you can just the tip of your dick just fits perfectly in
Do
that
you
little
just
round
put it
spot.
all the way in?
No, my
Are you like fleshlighting that
I
thing?
can't fit my dick in there.
Oh, wow, Johnny. Wow, Mr. Hog over here.
It's not a hog. It's just the head would not fit in there.
So, Johnny, you got a round hog.
Round hog.
You got a big
Instead
hog?
of a groundhog. No, it's
Johnny-
just a normal. It's a normal dick. I just don't think it would fit in there. I don't know. Maybe it's not as big as it looks.
It is. It's pretty big, Johnny.
It's just the same thing you were saying to that girl.
Okay.
You just get a car trunk for pussy. No, but dude, I used to.
Johnny,
I used
it
to,
sounds like you got molested.
I used to drive 4 hours. Like round. I would go 4 hours home and then 4 hours back over a period of like. I do
Every
that
day?
No, twice a week I do that.
Damn, that's a drive.
And dude, I just piss. I'd never stopped. I just piss in bottles.
So you were going home from what, school?
No, it was when I worked in a newspaper in South Carolina, and I ended up getting this really dope schedule where I would work in the newsroom 3 days a week toward the end when I got promoted to editor. But then 2 days a week I worked remote. So then I would just go back to North Carolina, the farm. I had 4 days a week. I had the regular weekend, and then my 2 days. That I worked remote.
Gotcha. I gotcha.
And so then I would go. I'd drive, and it
Respect.
was like 4 hours.
I used to do that. We used to have a thing where we'd work 4 days on, 3 days off. You do 12-hour shifts, and then
damn.
you get 3 days
What
off.
work was that?
It was just weird, like factory. And then
Factory? You worked in a factory?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What'd you make?
We were just. I had to make sure the spools were fucking clean and it didn't catch the wires.
Textiles? Was it like
Yeah.
textile? Oh,
Yeah.
really? Okay. That's a
was the
job
worst
some guys
job
doing in
ever.
China now. Some
It's
guys
the
doing that in
worst
China.
job ever.
Yeah, because you wouldn't do it.
And the woman wanted to fire us because she thought me and El Dorado didn't like her. So she was like,
Who's El Dorado?
Tony Dorado is my best friend from high school.
You call him El Dorado?
Yeah, El Dorado. And it's so funny. He has a.
Is that because of El Dorado? Is that what you call it?
Yeah. And he has a. Tony Dorsett. He loves the Cowboys. He has a Tony Dorsett picture that's signed by Tony Dorsett, but it's saying to Tony, but it looks like he says ho honey, right? And it's so funny. So my dad used to teach at the school.
Yeah.
And he had this one high school chick that was like, even at my young age, she was older than me. I knew she looked way older, like more advanced than her age.
Yeah.
So one day, for some reason, I don't know how, one day she walks up and she goes, I got you this. I'm like, what is it?
To you?
Yeah. She got me a signed autograph from Derek Coleman.
That's cool. I love DC.
Yeah, and you're like, Derek Coleman creeping on high school chicks, right?
Oh, of course, that's what it was. I didn't even think
And
about
Derek
it.
Coleman,
That's so funny.
right? Because Derek Coleman,
Big ass bald head. I mean,
he got really angry. Do you remember Derek Coleman?
He played for the Hornets. Yeah.
Oh, he was so great.
Yeah.
But he just never wanted to play.
He's an angry guy.
Angry guy, dude. You ever hear stories of he'd be in a restaurant, just whip his dick out and start pissing on the table?
What? No, I never heard
Yeah,
that.
dude, you ever heard that, dude? But he was the first guy they thought was going to make $100 million in the NBA. That's how
he was
good he
with the
was.
Sixers when he was really good, right? Is that right?
No, I think he was with the Nets.
Oh, that's it. The Nets. I get them.
And you remember he dunked, do on Derek Coleman dunks on Shaquille O'Neal, and Shaq just got in, and Derek Coleman was like, nah. And the reason Derek Coleman was so big in my area because the only black guy in my class for a while was a guy named Bosco Spivey.
He did play for the Sixers too, though.
Right?
He played for the
Bosco was really good.
Spivey. That's a good.
Derek Coleman reminds
Croatia.
Shaq,
What is that name?
you're
Go ahead.
Yeah, right
You
here.
wanna
Watch
it?
this
Okay.
dunk.
rookie too.
Boom,
Damn.
dunks on, and then he goes, no.
That's your welcome to the NBA.
Bang!
Man, that's Shaquille. Look at how trim he was there. By the time he got to the Hornets, he was heavy, man.
So
Derek Coleman, I mean.
So Derek Coleman, there's a picture of Derek Coleman basically jumping over Bosco. That's how high that guy could jump, and he was part of the golden years of the Big East basketball way back.
Syracuse, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was a great atrocity, but it's not in the running for greatest atrocities.
Yeah, it's just not quite bad enough.
It's pretty bad, but it's funny. But it's not as bad as eating your own jizz and your
it's
friend
just-
ruining your Coke with a broken bottle of beer.
Okay.
But it's there. It's good. Thank you.
What up, Johnny and Sam?
Hey, dude.
Hey, dude.
I got an atrocity I want to share to you
Oh, I
guys.
gotta
It
hear
happened
about
to me back in high school. But before I do that, I want to give a quick shout out to Sam and the gang for killing it in Fresno. That was an awesome show.
Oh, thank
It
you,
was so cool
dude.
being around a bunch of drunk conspiracy theorists. Can't wait for next time. Best part was meeting Sam and Eddie and XD before the show. Running into them at the street actually was hella cool. So thanks for the pic, guys. And back to my atrocity. And back in high school, I was like 250 pounds, so I was a bowling ball back then.
Damn, dude.
And then one day, on a cloudy, somewhat rainy day, my school had open campus and we can go out during lunch.
Oh, I wish
I
had
went out
that.
to the nearest gas station, bought myself a pizza pocket, went walking back to school, and while crossing the main road of my little town, a bunch of cars stopped, kids walking through, let the kids cross the street. As I was crossing, I only had about like 2 good bites into this pizza pocket. I fucking slipped on water. It was wet little puddle. I slipped on the fucking crosswalk in the middle of all these cars in this intersection. Fought to my knees and hands. My pizza pocket goes rolling in front of me about probably like 3 feet. And I'm fucking humiliated, embarrassed and shit. I get up
Poor guy.
and I start thinking, well, I'm not going to eat that anymore. It's all wet and dirty. And so, I'm going to pick it up. But then I started thinking again, if I pick it up, all these people around, all these cars are just watching me. And if I pick it up, they're thinking I'm going to go eat it. You know, this fucking little fat kid's still going to go eat this fucking wet pizza pocket. So I was stuck in a predicament, you know. Do I pick it up and fucking look like a fat ass?
Stop
or do I leave it and look like a...
Do you pick it up or leave it like a fat ass?
My rule is if it's food, you can litter it because it's biodegradable.
I say leave it.
Yeah, me too. Like bananas, I have no
leave
problem
it,
throwing
dude.
banana out.
Leave that shit on the ground, especially if it's past 5 seconds. I have a 5-second rule. I don't even care.
I ended up leaving it. But yeah, man, that was my atrocity. I had to settle for some school lunch that day.
Yeah, dude. I feel bad because that's your lunch. You spent your money on it.
Yeah.
That is bad. You dropped it. That's
sucks,
it.
man.
That's an atrocity.
This is in regards to the latest Broken Sim episode where you guys were talking about Sam goes to prison. Anyways, he'd be fucked if he was in Illinois because in Illinois, essentially the entire state prison system is a war between the People Nation and the Folks Nation, which are basically
what is that?
Mostly blacks on, I believe it's the folk side, and then ran by the GDs mostly, and then on the people side, it's the Latin Kings and all their subsets and allies, and that's basically what every institution is a power grab between both of them. And when it comes to white supremacist gangs, there really aren't any super powerful ones because they were so good at organizing and were so extra violent because they were outnumbered, so they had to be. They started what's called interstate compacting, a lot of them, which means they ship them off. They basically spread them out throughout the country.
Oh, wow.
So that they can't organize properly. So you pretty much have to choose whether you want to run people or folk, and good luck getting folk on that. So you're going to be running with the Kings, bruh.
So I have to run with the Latins.
That's so interesting, isn't it?
So if you're a white guy, you get sent to another state?
If you're a white guy who's in like white supremacy, I guess.
Yeah, but isn't that crazy, Johnny? Even woke shit goes on in prison.
Yeah, like the
blacks can do whatever they want. The Latins can do, but white people, no.
Well, you heard what he said. We were doing it so well that they had to like come in and like do trust busting on us. You know, like they had to break up the monopoly. We were just crushing it in prison.
That's crazy, bro.
That's amazing. I love these prisons.
So there was a so I was looking at Swatties. Is that what it is?
Mug shotties.
I
don't know why you can't remember that.
And dude,
Swatties.
I just felt so bad. There was a girl that got
beautiful girl.
Yeah, but this girl got arrested for vehicular manslaughter.
That's the one.
She's
beautiful.
so hot. And
oh my god,
she killed somebody, and it's over, bro.
It's over. Yeah.
And you see it in her eyes, and I feel so bad for her.
I know the one you're talking about. It was today, right?
I can't look at it. I don't want to see it. It
really?
makes me so sad. I feel so sad.
Beautiful. We got to show her. Come on. That's her right there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that. Done. Stick a fork in you.
Look at her. Look at the way she looks right into the camera. I mean, she could have been anything.
You're done. What are you gonna do?
She's got booked though. She's not guilty yet, right? This is just her going in like.
Come on, Johnny.
Yeah.
But it's like,
anyway.
How long do you think you can get for that? Some people saying life. Imagine getting life for a mistake like that.
That's depressing.
It's super depressing.
You're right. Okay, let's see what this is.
Johnny and Sam, how you boys doing? It's Ryan from Northern California. It's my second time calling. I'm actually the guy who butchered the Eddie Bravo look into it. I said something to look into. I deserve that one. You know, I deserve the roast, so I'll let you guys have that.
Oh, yeah, he was
so here
like,
it
Eddie
is.
Bravo's my favorite. I love to show something
I don't
to
even
look
consider
into.
this an atrocity, but according to you guys, this is a major atrocity, so here it is. You know what, boys? I drink Dasani and Aquafina, and I think that's superior water. You know what? Maybe I think it's just your guys' like so California. God, what am I saying? Southern California egos. You know, you guys are so much better than us Northern California folks.
Dude, are you
have
nuts?
to drink your glass water bottles. You have to drink your smart water.
That's because we don't like shit. Poison leaching into
our
Dude, they're poisoning us.
You know what's the biggest atrocity?
They're poisoning us.
Yeah, we had to cut you off because you started talking crazy. Bro.
I bet he likes pineapple on his pizza, too.
Coke makes Dasani water.
Well, and Dasani, too.
What?
You said Dasani.
What did I say?
You said Dasani.
Okay, what is it?
Dasani.
Dasani. Shut up, Johnny. I want to add a T to it because it's probably the Jesuits, to be honest with you.
Good point.
Right? There we go. There's a method to my madness. The point is, bro, that cocaine, Coca-Cola makes water. Now, Johnny, here's an interesting thing. I just had a guy on Only Conspiracies.
Yeah.
And he's saying that sugar is 8 times more addictive than cocaine. So think about what Coca-Cola did. Yeah. Okay. Think about what Coca-Cola did. It took out, well, it was like, yeah, dude, it's so crazy they used to have Coke in it and they had to take it out because it was so. No, dude. They took out Coke.
They improved it.
And put sugar in it to make it more addictive.
Wow, that's so funny.
Is that crazy,
what
bro?
What a wild idea. That's something. I haven't heard that before. Ugh. Yeah, of course they were making it better. They were making it more addictive. They were improving it.
Yeah. Drink your fucking toilet water, North Cal fuckhead. Okay? Even though I love you. I appreciate
we love
you
you.
listening.
Yeah. Apologies. All right, here's a Mandela. We'll leave
we
you
love
with
you,
this.
dude. Don't take that
Hey,
serious.
Johnny. Hey, Sam.
Hey.
Hey.
I felt like he wasn't going to say my name and then he decided to say it.
Interesting story that happened to me
Okay, I
2
can't
years
hear.
ago.
What are you doing, man?
I was in the 6th grade. This is back in 19.
It sounds like he's putting together something for a kid. Or like he's putting together like a jungle gym. or something.
Yeah,
Why
it sounds like he's doing this, right, Johnny? Like he's just got right here. And
Yeah. He's like putting together a jungle gym.
Hey,
for his
man,
kid.
you're calling to like one of the top shows in Tokyo or Hong Kong, bro. Hey, man, you're calling into one of the top shows in Cambodia, and you're just going to run it on your shoulder like that,
You're
bro?
rebuilding a car engine while
You
you're
think
talking
Larry
about?
King ever had to put up with this shit?
Of course not.
Hey, Johnny.
All right, let's go ahead.
Living family in Mexico with my parents, and somehow we started talking about Power Rangers. I had bought some of my Power Rangers toys over, and my cousins were going crazy with them, so they didn't have them.
You don't understand what he's saying?
Anyways.
Bro, now it's funny.
Hey, bud, we love you. We love everybody who calls in. There's nothing but love. But you need to call back.
Call us back, yeah.
From a landline
And this was I can read
or when you're done with whatever.
I can read the transcript and I can tell it's pretty interesting. It's a Mandela.
Yeah, we would like to hear from you again. It's just unfortunately your connection was bad.
Yeah.
So why don't you call back? And the guy with Dasani water,
do not call back.
Okay, you don't call back.
No,
Okay.
call back. Call it.
Okay, go on, Johnny. Another one.
Last thing here, and this is a really brief.
Shamalama ding dong. We outside, bitch.
Remember that?
Perfect.
All right.
That's up for call of the year.
Yeah, for sure. All right.
Oh, real quick, Johnny, before we move on to stories. If you have stories of wolfmen, owl people, any of those cryptids,
call me, bro.
Call in, bro. What's the number?
657-339-1338.
Yeah, call in. The number is in the description. Call in.
The number might be in the description. I don't like putting it out because
Why?
it gets picked up by web crawlers, and then we'll get a bunch of.
So one more time, say it slowly.
It's 657-339-1338.
All right.
657-339-1338.
All right.
Okay.
Are we into the news section?
Yeah. Let's do
Okay. This is gonna be
Having
great.
people you trust handle your health care is really important. And this is from CNN. Hospital patient arrested for allegedly switching off neighbor's noisy oxygen machine.
Oh, you gotta be kidding.
So this guy's just sitting in the hospital and this thing's going like.
That would get annoying though. Like sleeping next to Darth Vader.
So
Wouldn't that be annoying?
I'm going to turn that off.
Yeah, why not?
I'm going to turn that off.
Does he need it?
Is this important?
How about that story, that famous outlaw who shot a guy because he snored too loud?
Oh, no, I don't know that one.
Have you ever heard that
No,
story?
was that Jesse James or something?
Yeah, he shot the guy because he was snoring too loud.
You know it's an underrated movie, that movie Tombstone.
Oh, that's the best movie ever.
It's the greatest.
Yeah, but I don't think it's
so
underrated.
good.
I think
now
people
you don't hear
love
people
it.
talk about it anymore.
Do you know who's in
Who
that?
talks about it?
I think Kurt Fox is in Tombstone.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
Will you
like,
look up
that's
at
like
Kurt-
93. Was
yeah,
he around
will you
in
look up
93?
that? Oh, dude, yeah. I think he's in his 50s.
No kidding.
Kurt Fox Tombstone, I think he's in it.
he was in Wyatt Earp and The Postman. That's probably what you're thinking of, right? He was in Wyatt Earp.
He's a good actor. Because he's calm. Do you know his dad was a cult leader?
I think you've told me that. That's
Have I told you about? Oh yeah, I feel like I've told 1,000. It's one of my greatest.
No, he was in Wyatt Earp. That's what you're thinking.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Which is a similar movie. It's just not as good as.
Yeah, I mean, dude.
John Wesley Hardin. He was reputed to have shot and killed a man just for snoring. A hospital patient has been arrested after she allegedly twice switched off the oxygen equipment.
Oh, it's a chick?
Twice. On which a fellow patient depended because it was too noisy, German authorities have said.
Oh, and she's German?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
The public prosecutor's office in southwest Germany, the city of Mannheim, obtained a warrant for the 72. Oh, I see. She's 72. She didn't give a shit anymore. Woman's arrest after she was brought before the magistrate and investigating judge on Wednesday. She was later admitted to a correctional facility, the police headquarters and public prosecutor's office in Mannheim said in a statement.
For like murder or trying to kill her?
I don't think the person died. The woman allegedly turned off the main switch of the oxygen equipment sometime after 8 p.m. Tuesday after, quote, feeling disturbed by the noise emanating from it, according to a statement. Although the suspect was informed by hospital staff that the oxygen supply was a vital measure, she allegedly turned it off again around 9 p.m. The 79-year-old woman had to be resuscitated and is still receiving intensive medical care. So the person she unplugged had to be brought back to life because she unplugged the oxygen.
And how old is the woman who did it?
72 did it. 79.
She was 79? Damn, dude. I'm surprised they haven't tried to give her some kind. I mean, this is Germany where they put a 93-year-old woman in jail for denying the Holocaust, right?
Forgot about that. Okay, this is from Sora News 24. This is in Japan. Saitama man arrested for...
Saitama man?
Yeah, Saitama. A man in Saitama.
Okay.
Was arrested for calling police 2,060 times in 9 days to yell at them.
Hey, dude, I respect him, bro. That's called civil disobedience and, truth to power, bro. Why not? Now, why is he getting arrested?
Well, let's find out what he did here. The Japanese language tends to have a lot of labels for different forms of harassment, from the well-known sexual harassment to power harassment to more obscure forms of abuse like maternity harassment and customer harassment. So I guess they just have labels for harassment.
Dude, we thought we were like woke. I mean, now you got everything like clown harassment.
What is maternity harassment?
Like a salad bar harassment.
What is maternity harassment? What is that, do you think?
Too much cranberry on the turkey during Thanksgiving harassment.
Maternity harassment is like when women are told that they're kind of getting in the way for being pregnant and like being lazy, like not being, yeah.
Hold on.
47.3% of women reported being told that they were, quote, getting in the way.
And they called the
maternity
cops.
harassment.
And you get arrested for that?
Shit, I don't know if you can get arrested.
Oh my God.
And it now seems that even the police in Japan aren't safe from harassment. Only a few days ago, a business person rode his motorbike to the lobby of a police station to complain about them and to complain to them about bad drivers. And now an even more bizarre incident has come to light. According to the Saitama Prefectural Police, their headquarters received repeated abusive calls from a man telling them they should be fired and calling them big, stupid assholes and tax thieves. So he just called the police 2,000 times in
I have
basically
no
a week.
problems with this, Johnny. I have no problem. Not all heroes wear cape.
Oh, wait, we got video of this guy.
Okay,
let's check
let's
this
see
dude out.
this.
All right, let's see what
this.
he looks like. Hey, of course, they got him wearing a mask in the backseat of the police cruiser because that's the priority, is having your mask on.
Oh, look at, and the local police have all showed up.
What a language.
Look at this guy. Dude, try to tell me that's not from like fucking aliens and shit.
Oh, it's crazy. Yeah, it's just nothing. I mean, those
That's
languages
just straight
like
up. That looks like what the fucking Predator was hitting in his wristband.
Those language with characters are just crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, how cool was it having the guest on today, Rick, and him having English as a second language and him speaking English better than you speak English as your first language?
Johnny, shut the fuck up.
Wasn't that amazing? That guy was...
So here's the thing about Asian culture, Johnny, is that Asians have been wearing masks way before everyone else started wearing masks. Because in their culture, if you're literally sick, like you're sick,
it's rude not to, right?
They're not about covering it. They're more about putting their mask on. So it's not meant a blanket statement for everyone to wear.
I got you. Yeah. And I know in China, because I know some people who live there, they do it because of pollution. When on really bad pollution days.
Oh my God, dude.
They do it there. All right. This is one that I know you wanted to get to. This is from San Francisco Gate. Thai Buddhist temple left empty after all its monks test positive for meth.
Okay. And my question is, how does that violate Buddhism?
That's a good point. This is from Bangkok. A small Buddhist temple in northern Thailand has been left without monks after the entire monastery was found to have been using methamphetamine, according to local officials. Following orders to investigate drug use in the province, the local sheriff and village headman, I like that, village headman.
Dude, that could be the greatest title ever. Hi, this is Sheriff. This is the head of our school board, and this is Headman.
You know what his name is? Village Headman's name is Bung Sam Phan.
Oh, dude.
Bung Sam Phan. Phan. Bung. Bung is his first
Bung?
name. Bung, like bunghole. Bung. B-U-N-G. Bung.
It's just so crazy.
Bung Sam Phan.
Johnny, I have to host an Armenian charity event on Sunday, and I have to say their Armenian last names, and I can't say any of their last names.
A lot of K's, right? A lot of K's and S's and I's, like Sicarius and Tarkarkas and Chikakis and a lot of Shakakaria.
Yeah, I'm fucked.
Okay, as a community leader, I was frightened, and I never thought the monks would be addicted to drugs, the village headman said. I never thought that drugs would spread to the temples. Monks are revered figures in Thai culture. In Bangkok's metro system, seats are reserved for them alongside the pregnant and elderly. Particularly in rural areas outside of Bangkok, monks are trusted advisors, often serving as counselors and role models for the entire community. And so suddenly, recently, their advice started getting kind of weird.
Hey, man, why don't you, take your clothes off and tell me what you're into? What did Buddha say? Buddha loved getting weird, bro. By the way, I have this Buddha. I have this small Buddha, and it's like him with his head in his lap, and he's supposed to be thinking.
His head is in his own lap?
Yeah, and I realize now he's trying to suck his own dick.
That's what these guys were trying to do, for sure. For sure. Okay.
But,
anyway,
but Johnny,
I love
Johnny, just think about this. Where is speed really big? Yeah, it's big in like big cities because it's a party drug. But in the country,
people don't have anything to do.
Where there's nothing to do. Speed. I've been talking about this, Johnny. I'm trying to work this into a bit, but I'm being honest with you. There's something about people who do too much speed, they get superpowers. It's kind of like when Peter Parker get bit by a spider or getting hit by lightning. Suddenly now you're clairvoyant and shit like that.
But what are their superpowers?
They're interdimensional. They can go into other dimensions. They can talk to interdimensional beings. I'm dead serious.
You're saying like the schizo thing is actually them talking to people in other dimensions.
Do you know in like past cultures, like schizophrenics were seen as people who talk to other dimensions. They were seen as like shaman. Dead serious.
Oh, I know you're serious,
dude.
John, no, I'm fascinated by this
everybody. I talk to all these tweakers all the time on like Zero, and they're like, "Yeah, I talk to beings." And that.
Wait, what? You had guests that are? Like...
I've had 2 guests.
Oh, okay.
And
sounds like some people we should have on here, honestly.
Oh yeah, I'll just come on and talk about. She's been on Tinfoil Hat. She's talking about she's tweaking so much that she found out that if you drank your own pee after tweaking, you get even higher.
Oh yeah, because it's some of the stuff that metabolized,
and
right?
She drink it, and she got so high, she talked to the interdimensional people, and these beings told her that
she's not like the one that used to be a comic, right? Or is it?
No, yeah, she is a comic,
and she's the one her teeth all fell out. Is that?
Yeah,
and she had to get them replaced by his dentist. Like guy gave her free teeth. Or whatever. I've heard her.
Yeah,
she's fascinating.
Yeah, she's into, but she said that these beings learned it's all about playing the game. And I dismissed it because even though I was having my own issues with speed, that's tweaker madness, right?
I remember it being kind of dark though, what she was talking about. Like it was like there's no afterlife or something too. It was like really.
I don't remember that, but I do remember her talking about the game. And then later on in my life, I was like, oh my, because you read the Kabbalah and all that shit. And it's like, the masters know how to play the game. Like us here in this podcast, people like this podcast because you and I play the game very well with each other.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
I do all the heavy lifting and you talk shit. And that's a beautiful relationship. Okay? Okay? I have to go lay my life on the line for this freaking show.
So like, what you're saying, the game, I think we've talked about this before, but on Tenfold. So the game is just what? Knowing how to get along, play well with others? Is that what you're saying?
Well, it's every game is different, but it's like
you gotta know what you need to get out of a certain interaction.
Yeah, Johnny, I've been getting into this stuff real. Like I don't want to get too into it here, but my whole thing is like I had this talk with this guy named fuck, what was his name? Hold on, dude. Fuck.
Bodhi Swami Johnson.
Hold on, dude. Hold.
Jim Cramer.
No.
From CNBC.
Fucking fuck.
Sam Bankman-Fried.
No. Thank you though.
Fred McGriff just not got into the Hall of Fame. God bless him. Crime dog. He just got in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, now all by himself?
Yeah.
That's kind of lonely, right?
What? What do you mean all by himself?
There's nobody else getting inducted.
No, I mean other people are. I think. Yeah, but
who?
I can't remember who. I just know Fred McGriff.
So I had Owen Hunt on, who also goes as Bootsy Greenwood, and we were talking about this book called Reality Transurfing, and it's that, and this belief is that there's an infinite
transurfing.
It's called transurfing.
Trans or trans?
Transurfing.
Like tranny.
Like transmitting.
Oh, got it.
Okay. That there's an infinite versions of you.
Uh-huh.
You just got to be able to figure
everything everywhere all at once. Like
yeah,
that?
basically. And you need to figure out how to access that. So the question becomes, how far away from that version that you want are you?
And that's like Christ consciousness, like the top one. Yeah.
But it's like, okay, so you're like this whole thing, I want to be president, right? Okay, how far away are you from being president?
I would say that's the lower one. That's not a higher one.
Well, I mean, whatever it is. Yeah. Whatever you want to be, the question is, how far away from you are you? Are you from that? And what do you have to do to put yourself on that level to connect with that version of you?
You'd have to like clone somebody who could be president, and then you'd have to get your brain
into
their body.
Johnny, what would have to be is you'd have to start working within the system. It's probably, it's like it would be
nothing
really...
you would ever want to do.
Yeah. All right.
I put this out on Twitter today. Splash Mountain is getting closed down at Disneyland. Fuck Disneyland, of course. But I thought this is the interesting part of this story, and it just tells you everything you need to know about this movement that's going on right now. There was a petition to get Splash Mountain stopped, to change the theme and everything. That petition got 21,000 signatures.
Okay.
And then there was a petition to save Splash Mountain. It got 91,000 signatures. And of course, now they're closing Splash Mountain.
Now, what is the complaint, Johnny?
The complaint is that it's based on this movie from the 40s called Song of the South, which it kind of just shows like black people in a sort of antiquated way. They're like, it's after the Civil War, and it's a bunch of black people like, howdy ho, people. Remember that song, Zippity Doo Dah?
Zippity Day. Oh my, what a wonderful day.
It just kind of shows stereotypical.
Plenty of
Let's watch
sunshine head my way. Zippity doo dah, zippity a.
It's just kind of like an Aunt Jemima depiction of black people.
Oh, somebody put out the funniest thing about how like they got rid of like.
My oh my, what a wonder.
Everybody knows Zippity Doo Dah, the Disney classic, but it's kind of hard to place which movie it comes from.
Yeah, and Disney's done everything they can to bury this movie. Like, it's in the vault. They haven't released it in like 30 years. Bob Iger said they'll never release it.
Early Disney films are known for being racially problematic. From particularly offensive depictions of Japanese soldiers in early World War II propaganda.
No, wait, please. Japanese customs say always shooting a man in the back, please.
Oh, fuck.
To Fantasia, where the dark-skinned centaur named Sunflower plays servant to the light-skinned centaurs and has since been cut from the updated version of the film.
Of course they cut that out, that's fine.
To the blatantly racist Native American tribe in Peter Pan.
Oh yeah, that's blatantly
but the
racist.
The worst one of all has been locked in the Disney vault for 30 years.
This one's so bad they couldn't even release it, so let's see.
The Song of the South takes place on a plantation in Georgia in the 1800s where African Americans and Caucasians live in blissful harmony.
I think that's the biggest crime is
There
that black people seem to be happy to be
problems at
working
all
for white
on
people.
Grandma's plantation, and that's exactly where the problem is.
See, the problem is these aren't slaves, though. This is supposed to be after the war.
Like the song Zippity Doo-Dah, the Song of the South is utterly uncomplicated, and it strips away any sense of politics, history, or ideology that would be present at the time. It's never quite mentioned in what time period this movie is set, but it really looks like a plantation full of happy-go-lucky slaves who are more than pleased to do the bidding of their masters.
No, it's after the war, though. I read about it.
Disney tries hard to obscure the fact that the Song of the South was ever released. Slavery and racism are no longer tolerated.
Yeah, it seems to be that the biggest problem with it is just that it shows black people being happy to be kind of in servitude, and like...
Johnny, you know what I find so interesting?
Which is whatever.
And again, it's just like how there's like words are worse than actions. I talked about it with Rick Sanchez. Like people,
How do you mean?
People are upset that Quentin Tarantino says the M word all the time and this thing, but they don't care that he does murder all the time.
That's great. Yeah.
Like
what's your line that murder is like the number one way of hurting someone's
yeah,
feelings?
number one way.
I love that.
You know what, dude? I don't think getting rid of these movies is doing anybody any good. And the only thing it does is it just shows a precedence of woke people being hypocrites. And that's why they're getting rid of it. It's not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just like they don't want you to know that what they're pointing their fingers at you about is what they used to fully participate in all the time.
Built their empire on.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, they're getting rid of this. Mickey Mouse was literally Nazi propaganda. Like, literally. It literally was made for Nazi propaganda. Hitler, I mean, dude, Walt Disney was most likely allegedly a pedophile and a Nazi sympathizer. By erasing all this stuff doesn't make us better people.
Makes us in denial.
And this is all cultural Marxism meant to make it so you do not have the same information as your grandparents. And you two don't have anything in common to talk about. You don't see the world the same way.
And when you don't have that same information, you're starting from zero.
Scratch.
Yeah.
And that's what it's meant to be. So when Newt Gingrich is like, all kids should go to fucking this boarding school, that's what they want to do. They want you not to have an emotional connection to your parents and your grandparents.
Oh, really? You think that's what boarding schools are about?
Yeah. Well, no. The notion of the state, having your kids having to go to a state school away from you, that's what that's about. They did to the Native Americans.
Yeah, and that's allegedly what they're doing with the Uyghurs. And
yep.
Did you see? So James Cameron is a fucking idiot. He makes good movies.
Yeah, I mean, I saw this story.
Did you see this?
It's just more people in a bubble of stupid.
Yeah,
you're in a bubble of stupid. So give them the story, and then let me just explain how dumb this is.
This was everywhere, and it was James Cameron calling testosterone a, quote, toxin that we should eliminate from our... We should try as men to eliminate from our
Johnny,
system.
this is so incredibly stupid.
And the thing that he says is that he was loaded up on testosterone back when he made the films like Titanic and a couple of the other films he made in the night. His best movies.
Yeah, you mean where he made his name?
Yeah. He's like, I'm just going to read the quote. Okay. Testosterone trended on Twitter on Sunday, and that's not because hormones somehow paid $8 to Twitter and Elon Musk. That's a terrible fucking joke. God. Forbes wrote that. Oh, stupid motherfucker. This is James Cameron talking to the Hollywood Reporter. He says, his old self was a wild, testosterone-poisoned young man. He labeled testosterone a toxin that you have to slowly work out of your system. And he goes, I'm an alpha manly man, and this is war on men. Wait, what? Anyway, just fucking, this guy can't write. All right, but he says that testosterone was a toxin that fueled him when he was making Titanic and a few other great films.
He's really intelligent. He's not smart.
Elon Musk replied, by the way, testosterone rocks, not going to lie.
Yeah,
that was his
of course it is. It's great. It's great. And it's when you were most creative is when you had the most testosterone. and now you're writing off that. And like, dude, he's done more than I'll ever do in my entire life. But I mean, we're having a crisis of men right now, and sperm counts are lower than ever. And you're talking about that's good.
This is a guy that used to be. He would appear on Entourage.
Yeah.
And he's talking about testosterone.
Yeah, he's just an idiot. And you know what it is, man? It's this thing that these older generations do to younger generations, and that is close the door behind them. And they're trying to close the door behind them so younger generations can't fucking get a chance to do what he did. You know,
especially men. Yeah, for men, for sure.
You know, it's like all these like really politically incorrect motherfuckers, especially in comedy, that talk so much shit now are trying to act like fucking politically incorrect comedy is so wrong. It's like, you used to do that.
And
what do you talk?
Now that they kind of got forced out of mainstream media and built up YouTube empires. Now they're trying to force men out of that too. You know what I mean?
100%.
So, and they're jealous. They're just so jealous. Like, oh, it's like, you fucking guys, you find a way to succeed no matter what we do to you.
Yeah, and like, you know, when you brought up earlier today is Nick Fuentes controlled opposition. It's definitely possible, you know? But I've always said, like, it seems to be that Andrew Tate has gone off the reservation, is now like, he's Muslim, right? And he's like,
really?
Yeah, that's what he says.
I saw him on like the BBC or something.
And like, he's just doing his own thing. I thought that they were going to, because his dad's CIA, right?
Yeah. Some guy got really mad that we were talking shit about him the other day. Some guy in the comments.
About Andrew Tate?
Yeah, he got really
what
mad
were we
at me.
saying?
I don't remember.
But I don't hate Andrew Tate.
Yeah,
I remember us talking shit about him. I've actually
the CIA stuff. I mean, I think it was a part
Oh,
of
that his dad's CIA? Oh, that I thought there was a chance that he was being pumped up to eventually go after Rogan.
Yeah.
Like to out Rogan. And I just think now you're watching what he's saying. He's really calling shit out. But the problem is always going to be and Johnny, can I tell you something? Why I think why James Cameron's saying this shit?
Please, I would love to hear anybody give a viable answer.
Because I think there's a possibility that his movie's gonna bomb.
Oh, this Avatar movie. Yeah,
and he's gonna blame it on the fact that people are sexist or they don't like that he's like
they hate blue people. They hate blue people. That's what it is.
So we see this with women do this when they do these feminist movies and they're not what's the word I'm talking they're not tracking well.
Yeah, got it, yeah.
I don't know what the word is.
No, tracking is the word. Yeah,
tracking
when it doesn't look like they're gonna perform.
Do well, right? They're not getting good grades. Yeah. They're not scoring high with a test audience.
Yeah.
The way to get in front of it is to
Cinema
talk
score,
a lot of shit about a big demographic, which will say, oh, that's why they didn't go see the movie.
Like with bros. Yeah.
Right? And all that stuff, right. Bros, all these female action movies.
Olivia Wilde, that shitty movie she put out, Don't Worry, Darling, you know.
You know, like the new Charlie's Angels that took out everything that made Charlie's Angels great.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you don't have to, and this again gets into cultural Marxism. This is being done on purpose. And, you know, yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy, dude. I mean, I'm starting to get tired. Go on.
Yeah, let's just do a couple.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Johnny.
2 more stories.
Oh, Johnny. We're almost at 3 hours.
We're almost done.
We're not almost done.
2 more. We're done.
I'm fried.
2 more. These are quick, too. Okay. Here's our animal story. This is from News Channel 3 in Memphis. Reckless driver turns out to be dog behind the wheel in a Texas crash. Police in Texas say they apprehended a, quote, reckless driver that turned out to be a dog after 2 vehicles were hit in a Walmart parking lot.
Oh, my God.
The owner of one of the vehicles said he saw the suspect barreling down on him, but he was unable to avoid the crash. He was shocked to see a dog in the driver's seat. The Kilgore Police Department confirmed the dog was behind the wheel. They're evolving. They're adapting.
Well, you ever hear that Joe Rogan was talking to people and they think that apes are evolving because they're starting to use tools?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Look at this dog, dude. This is the dog right here.
Oh, what kind of dog is that?
Some kind
it's a tiny dog.
Look, there he is. He crashed.
But what did he do? Just
he must have pulled. Yeah, pulled.
How
it
though?
into
Johnny,
neutral, maybe.
It just doesn't make any sense.
Police found that the dog was sitting in the unoccupied truck waiting for its owners who were inside the store. Police said the dog set the truck in motion after it apparently got a little antsy and bounced around inside the cab. According to the police, the steering column had prior damage that apparently allowed the pooch to accidentally place it in the drive. The leash the dog was wearing is... Oh, this is the excuse they're giving for the dog here. I wish most people had a good defense like this, but... I think they're just defending this dog who was clearly trying to hurt some humans.
Yeah, I think the dog should be sentenced to life in jail.
Yeah, him and that girl should be going to jail.
Yeah.
Though. All right, last story here. This is from Ars Technica. Prescription poop is here. We've heard about this for a while. The FDA has finally approved fecal slurries for unshakable diarrhea.
What?
Would you ever guess that the answer for unshakable diarrhea...
I don't even know what unshakable diarrhea is.
That means it's diarrhea that you can't get rid of. The answer is
What do you mean?
It's like you got diarrhea forever.
Forever?
Yeah.
In the rest of your life?
Unshakable. It's unshakable. What do you think unshakable
You're
means?
just spitting mud.
You can't shake it. It's there, man. You spit
Sounds
mud.
like it's completely shaken. Almost too shaken.
You got mud butt.
They shouldn't call it unshakable. They should call it too shaken diarrhea.
Shaken and stirred.
Yeah, yeah. It should be called extra shaken.
The answer for that is a slurry of fecal matter. Is what and the
Now,
FDA
how
has
would you?
approved it.
So you have to go get done, or do they just plug your butt?
Here's a lovely photo of it right here. A fecal slurry right there.
This guy's like, I spent so much money on med school, and look what I'm doing.
He's French.
I'm holding a bag of shit.
Laboratory technicians in France prepare stool to treat patients with serious colon infections. For the first time, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration has granted approval for a feces-based microbial treatment, which is used to prevent a recurring diarrheal infection that can become life-threatening. So isn't that fascinating? You're going to be getting somebody else's
so many
shit.
horrible ways to go.
This is all part
Probably
of
number one
shitting yourself
is
to death.
unshakable diarrhea.
That's what people like in early wars and stuff. They would get diarrhea like that and they'd shit themselves. Like in the Civil War, dude, there's some crazy stat about just as many people like shit themselves to death as like died in battle in the whole Civil War. There's some crazy stat.
What was
like
the
that.
number in North Carolina? A lot of them.
A lot of them. Yeah, boy, we had
a lot of these poor farmers shitting
yeah,
themselves
just
to
think
death.
about it. Just a little Imodium would have saved all of them.
Oh my God!
Isn't
Imagine
that
being
crazy?
in heaven. How'd you die? Shit myself to death.
All right. Last story here. 7 News Australia. Dad infected with parasites after wreaking revenge on crab for pinching his daughter. Listen to this. A father in China was hospitalized after eating a whole live crab for revenge after the crab nipped his young daughter beside a stream. That's how crazy this guy is.
Yeah.
This crab comes up and just pinches his daughter, and he's like, fuck that, and eats the whole thing, and he gets sick with a parasite, almost dies.
Yeah. That's what you get for fucking with nature.
2 months
Nature's
later,
metal.
2 months later, the 39-year-old man in eastern China visited the hospital with back pain. That's how it presented. Tests found changes to his chest, abdomen, liver, and digestive system, and they couldn't figure out what it was caused by. The director of the digestive system department at the Sir... Look at the name of this. This sounds like where you might get a fecal transplant. Look at the name of this hospital. I just want you to read this right here.
Sir Run Shaw?
The Sir Run Hospital. They have the best names over there. What was that guy's name? Bung Shaw? Bung?
Oh, how about Dong
Sam?
Dong?
Bung
Dong
Sam.
Dong. That was like a Chinese Olympic athlete. Dong Dong.
Dong Dong. Bung Sam. He worked at the digestive system department at Sir Run Shaw Hospital
Dong
in
Dong?
Hangzhou.
A bong bong?
Dr. Cao Xian told local media that doctors asked Liu whether he had ever eaten game or something unusual that could have caused allergies. When Liu's wife recalled the crab this guy couldn't even remember it. His wife had to remember it. That's how crazy this guy is. He didn't even remember eating a raw crab whole. When Liu's wife recalled the crab eating incident, the man admitted that he had eaten, quote, something special, is what he said.
Unbelievable.
I asked him why. Why did you eat a live crab? And he goes, I wanted to take revenge for my daughter. He said, when we were by a stream, my daughter was pinched by a small crab, so I got angry and put it in my mouth for revenge. Blood tests later found that Liu had been infected by at least 3 parasites understood to have been caused by eating the crab. He has since recovered, but will still require checkups.
Oh my God, nature's metal.
Raw crab is not commonly eaten in China. So it's not like some cultural thing either.
Yeah. Point nature.
Point nature.
Chinese, though, you ever been to a Chinese market? They'll literally eat anything. You're like,
Yeah.
Here's some Timberland shoes. They'll sell that to eat. You know, they'll eat anything.
Make a nice stew out of that.
Yeah, anything that they can catch, they'll fucking eat. All right, Johnny, I see you're trying to find another story.
I'm not.
Guys, this show has gone long enough. It started at 9:15. It's 12:05. I got to go. Guys, go to samtripoli.com for all of my dates. I love you all very much. And Johnny, thank you. Hopefully this will come out in time.
Sometimes I feel like I am drunk behind the wheel of possibility, however it may roll. We'll give it a spin, see if you can somehow factor in. You know there's always more than one way to say exactly what you mean to say. Was I out of my head? Was I out of my mind? How could I ever been so blind? I was waiting for an invitation. It was hard to find. Don't matter what I say, only what I do. I never mean to do bad things to you. So quiet, but I finally woke up. If you're sad, then it's time you spoke up too. Was I out of my head? Was I out of my mind? How could I ever been so blind? Waiting for an indication. It was hard to find. Don't matter what I say, only what I do. I never mean to do bad things to you. So quiet, but I finally woke up. If you're sad, then it's time you spoke up.